The Wyatt Army marches on. For decades in the uniform, he held the line so tight, defending freedom everywhere from morning into night. From Europe down to Africa, the Middle East and home, the colonel hung his boots up, thought he'd rest his weary bones. He looked upon the world today, the chaos and the noise, and saw the messy circus of the digital decoys. He couldn't sit in silence, no, he couldn't look away. He waited in the battle, ready for a brand new day. They tried to shut the signal down, the shadow and the band, but you cannot stop the spirit of a mission-driven man. Folks took notice of the voice, the clarity, the spark, and gathered round the fire. He lit inside the dark, and the Wyatt Army marches on. The signal is steady, the confusion is gone. We don't need the fancies from the leftist side. We've got the colonel and the truth as our guide. Yeah, the Wyatt Army marches on until the fake news twilight turns to dawn. We see the objective, we know where we belong. The Wyatt Army marches on. From the loyal subscribers to the trolls beneath the bridge, to the hate wankers hiding on the digital ridge. It matters not who's listening, the evil or the kind, because the colonel's got the drive to open up the mind. Legacy media serving up the lens of lies and fake, but we shatter all the mirrors for the future's sake. Energy and enthusiasm breaking through the screen, the sharpest moral clarity the world has ever seen. They tried to shut the signal down, the shadow and the band, but you cannot stop the spirit of a mission-driven man. We see the objective, yeah, we see it crystal clear. The army is assembled and the victory is here. And the Wyatt Army marches on. The signal is steady, the confusion is gone. We don't need the fantasies from the leftist side. We've got the colonel and the truth as our guide. Yeah, the Wyatt Army marches on until the fake news twilight turns to dawn. We see the objective, we know where we belong. The Wyatt Army marches on. The Wyatt Army marches on. He served the flag with honor, he served it well. Now he serves the truth, saving us from hell. No stymie to his pace, no slowing of the stride, with the Wyatt Army marching right by his side. Truth will triumph. They come to our shores with a suitcase dream, chasing the glow of that golden beam. From far off lands where shadows lie, here they find a brighter sky. Every step, every mile, they're reaching for the American style. The grass is greener in America, where freedom sings, where hearts run wild. The grass is greener in America, a shining city, a dream compiled, the place the world keeps reaching for. Factories hum with a steady grace, The promise feels real. From the ground to the stars, we're built on dreams, we're raising bars. The grass is greener in America, where freedom sings, where hearts run wild. The grass is greener in America, a shining city, a dream compiled, the place the world keeps reaching for. The grass is greener in America, where freedom sings, where hearts run wild. The grass is greener in America, a shining city, a dream compiled, the place the world keeps reaching for. The grass is greener in America, where freedom sings, where hearts run wild. The grass is greener in America, a shining city, a dream compiled, the place the world keeps reaching for.
Friday night, December 5th, 2025. More tragic news coming out of South Africa, folks, tonight. More tragic news. Tragic news coming out of... Just want to check the sound quality. Sorry about that. I need to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, absolute crazy what's happening in South Africa. Witness D from the Madlanga Commission, who testified about being directed to remove the body of a person murdered by police. Just a month ago, he gave his testimony at the Madlanga Commission, was executed tonight. A group of people in a bucky came by and executed him with his wife and 2 children present. A shocking country that it is, a gangster state that South Africa has become under the ANC's watch. This didn't happen back in the day, not like this. No, Dirk Coetzee, yet another witness not offered witness protection. This is a whistleblower, and witnesses are not offered any protection in South Africa. Your life is truly in jeopardy. If you testify against criminals in South Africa, your life is cheap, and the government doesn't give 2 shits about it. Your life is in jeopardy. It's a scary situation, ladies and gentlemen. A scary situation. Play standby. What? Oh, sorry. All these commissions are going to result in more murders as the witnesses are identified and then easy to take out. They should be kept in the dark and only testify in court. Yep. Yep, he was not under protection in murder. Apart from legal and procurement and only my company expecting. Okay. It's horrible to witness a collateral fallout from inquiries. Yeah, from exposing the corruption. Remember, this was tied, if I'm not mistaken, this wasn't the murder of Edmund Swart, but it was tied to that same time frame. Yep, the last straw for us is the new race targets that launched on September 1st, not allowed to recruit the best candidates, and hence the quality of our work has definitely declined. Well, what about the situation today when we heard that Theo Diagra telling us that under these employment regulations, a farmer isn't even allowed to hire his own son to work on his farm because it violates racial quotas? What? Unbelievable. What a screwed up country. But we will not be bullied. We don't seek your approval, says Ronald Lamola. Read between the lines. You know what? Do you know what, Ronald Lamola? You know what? I got something for you, man. I got something for Ronald Lamola. I really do. And we're just going to have to deal with it now. man.
This
is for you, Ronnie Lamola.
Hop to the left, Bunny's on the scene. First so clean, move sharp, he's mean. Eyes like fire, trolls start to quake. Mess with the bunny,
big mistake.
Bugger off, bunny, protector of peace. Jumping through the chaos, never on a leash. Trolls come lurking, but they can't pretend. The bunny's here and it's the bitter end. Bugger off, bunny, protector of peace. Jumping through the chaos, never on a leash. Trolls come lurking, but they can't pretend. The bunny's here and it's the bitter end. Connell's right hand and ears standing tall. One thumb from the foot sends him through the wall. Carrots in the pocket, wisdom in his paw. Trolls see the bunny, drop their jaw. Bounce, 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 the rhythm don't stop. Trolls try to climb but the bunny's on top. Guarded the guardian, defender of the land. The bugger off bunny with the master plan. Bugger off bunny. Jumping through the chaos, never on a leash. Trolls come lurking, but they can't pretend. The bunny's here and it's the bitter end. Swift as a shadow, silent in the night. Trolls meet the bunny, then they take flight. Ears like antennas, catching every sound. The bugger off bunny, king of the ground.
Bugger Off Bunny is back. Bob says hi to Ronnie Lamola. We go now to the People's Court in session in central Pennsylvania, folks. We go now to the People's Court. And we are in session now. All rise for the Honorable Judge Wyatt. Please be seated. We have before us today the African National Congress charged with negligence, theft, ignorance, ineptitude, incompetence, human rights violations, violations of United Nations sanctions, and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Lutuli House, how plead you? Not guilty. The court will note that the African National Congress declares itself not guilty. Having seen all the evidence compiled over the past 30 years, in particular the last 17 years, this court finds the African National Congress in contempt, fine 1 billion rand. This court further finds the African National Congress in violation of the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, 1 billion rand. This court finds the South African government under the African National Congress complicit in the transport and sale of military hardware to a sanctioned Eastern Libya warlord, fine 2 billion rand. This court further finds the African National Congress a reprobate and fines it 10 billion for being a deuce. Total judgment 15 billion rand. If you can't pay the bailiff, the party will be remanded to justice in the same prisons overcrowded with foreign nationals for the next 100 years. Bailiff, please escort the party from the courtroom. This concludes the People's Court. Hey folks, welcome back. Did you catch that episode of the People's Court? Wow, it's pretty cool. Yeah, People's Court, man. Ooh, must be real. Must be real. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's Frappuccino withdrawal. Oh, look what I have here. My little friend, my precious. Yes. Yes, I'm going to polish it. I'm gonna keep it cool. I'm gonna shake it really well. My precious. Yes. Guilty is charged. Yeah, if you're a witness, you just disappear if you knew it was good for you. My goodness, another witness executed. People keep sending me stuff Someone sends me an email on my personal account and says, kindly indicate whether your good self or principal have considered my humble request for financial assistance. What? Who the heck are you? And why are you sending me this email on my personal account? This person's written to me this account before. I've never responded to them, and they're asking for money. I never even heard from you. What in the world are you talking about? Oh, crap. Oh my goodness. Oh, man. I need to get somebody to take that for me this weekend. Shoot. Last draw for us was new race targets. It launched on September 1st. Yep. Okay, where am I at here in the chat? Protected species. South Africa's like, yep, guilty as charged. No, it's not a Nigerian prince. It's a South African. Greetings, Urban Homesteads. Africa, what's going on? Should have played the judge on Night Court. Yeah. He's passed away, if I'm not mistaken, the actor. 67 or something like that. Long drive to freedom. Don't tell folks that till you get there. It is not Lili. What? What are you talking about, Rudolph? What are you talking about? It's the first thing you said, and you said it's not Lili. Who said it was Lili? What's Lili got to do with this? Yes, Fonz is looking forward to the rugby, and I have an update, folks. I have a problem, though. I have to find somebody to fill in for me. I cannot attend. But Fonz is scheduled to appear on the program this Sunday. Yep, so I'm working that out. I may have to reschedule it because of events going on. So, Nigerian Prince. Faithful Farmer, welcome to you. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, yeah, so it's crazy, folks. Another witness murdered in South Africa. This is a huge witness, too. You got all the dirt on these people. Unbelievable. Madlanga witness executed. Manhunt launched after witness gunned down in front of his family. Witness D. Marius Flum van der Merwe was gunned down in front of his family in Brakpan. The 41-year-old shot dead just after 8 p.m. Look, he's going in the gate when he was executed. Acting Gauteng Police Commissioner General Fred Kikane said a manhunt has been launched for suspects believed to have been traveling in a white Nissan November Papa 200 Bucky with a canopy. General Kikane vowed the police would leave no stone unturned in apprehending those responsible for the killing. Witness D was reportedly traveling with his wife and 2 children when ambushed by unknown assailants. Still gathering all the necessary evidence. We have an idea of what is going on, but we need the suspects who killed him. No one has the right to take anyone's life. Wow. Wow. I've been contacted by someone that says that they knew Marius. There he is. Good Lord. The witness was thrust in the spotlight after helping dispose of a body he said was killed during an off-the-books operation involving Ekurhuleni Metro police officers. In his testimony, which was partially in camera, he detailed the ordeal, which he said began April 15, 2022, when security firm boss Kobus Janssen van Rensburg repeatedly phoned him about joining a joint operation at the home of a Brakpan robbery suspect. Van der Merwe further revealed that when he arrived at the scene, he found a disturbing mix of Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department officers linked to Mkwenazi, 2 suspicious SAPS members, and Yaku Honeycomb, whom he labeled a SAPS informer of ill repute. We proceeded to the suspect's location on Crocodile Road in Brakpan. DeAndre Pretorius pushed the man into a second bedroom and closed the door behind them. I noticed DeAndre Pretorius with the suspect covered with a plastic bag. There were 2 SAPS Brakpan members assisting him with the right-hand side of the double bed. That person was suffocated to the point that he could no longer breathe. Witness D's murder on Friday comes just as suspended police commissioner Senzo Mkunu faced intense questioning on Thursday and Friday. His grilling focused on the role of disbanding the political killings task team. Of course they watched the execution of the father. Yep. Unbelievable. This is beyond shocking. This is South Africa, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody is safe. He wasn't black. He wasn't black. Cannot follow strategy anymore. Nothing they're doing makes sense. No, the DA doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You're right about that. You're right, Will. It's absolutely horrific. Absolutely horrific. Conniving ANC is the DA Minister for Education is using Bella against Afrikaans schools. Yep, the DA is undermining Afrikaans language schools. The DA is undermining South African Afrikaner farmers through the Department of Agriculture. Yep, and you have Dean McPherson, the cackling hyena, laughing about dim the lights. And a person who said that nil compensation. The Democratic Alliance members of the cabinet are bought and paid for with the exception of Leon Schreiber and maybe the communications minister. Maybe the communications minister, but the rest are bought and paid for. They're absolutely in the tank with the ANC to destroy every shred of dignity, morality, and proper economic success left in South Africa. The DA is destroying farming through incompetence in the Ministry of Agriculture. The DA is destroying education through its Siviwe Garuba, ridiculous education minister implementing Bella. The DA is destroying hope with its refusal to stand up for the things it once said. There is not going to be much of the Democratic Alliance when the next election comes around. Well, whether they intended to be or not, the DA has become the ANC's Trojan horse. Whether they intended to be or not, that's what they are. Are people leaving the stream while I'm talking about this? Yeah, we're losing people. What's going on? We'll agree with Leon Schreiber. He has been brilliant. Leon Schreiber has been brilliant. He's the only success story in that mix. Andrew Whitfield was a deputy minister. We didn't get a chance to see him perform because of the subterfuge against him. Anybody competent or willing to stand up for what's right in the DA gets cut off the knees and disposed of. Emma Powell, has anyone heard from Emma Powell recently? Andrew Whitfield? No one's heard from them. They've just gone into the wilderness and disappeared. They're just gone. Who knows where they've gone? In addition, Ronaldo Ghost cut off the knees by cowardly people in the DA who didn't like him because they had penis envy and overruled the judgment against that said he should stay in the party and stay in Parliament. But the cowards who were afraid of him because he had a better communication skill than they did let him go. And then we watched the agriculture minister try to waffle and explain his way through an interview recently, which was really sad to see. Really, really sad to see. I think that I treated him very fairly in my analysis of what happened there. Even though he didn't come off well, I treat him fairly. Also, I think that despite the fact that his ministry played Soviet Union with Theo de Jager, both Theo and I were very kind and generous to him, other than the fact that he's incompetent, which is the truth. We didn't lay it on. Just heard today, if possible, foot and mouth, he's in a farm close to ours. It will be a setback, and it's horrific. You need to make sure your fences are in place and make sure the gates are shut, and keep them away. Need to email Minister Schreiber struggling with procuring your documents. Well, then try that, Rudolph. The caters and the hit squads. Once you get in, you can't get out alive. You are correct, Mad Max. You are correct. You're absolutely correct. Once you're in, you can't get out. Well, Marcel, I understand why you fear for the future of your daughter. Home Affairs is administrative department more than anything else. It should be easy to fix. Dean has done nothing, but he's promised and still believes nil isn't any zero. Exactly. DA did nothing about EWC. The DA did nothing about Bella. The DA did nothing about national health insurance. The DA did nothing about the black tax. The DA has done nothing except go along. The DA voted against raising the education standards. Can you believe that? Can you frickin' believe that? The Democratic Alliance voted against raising the education standards from 30% to 50%. This is a party that doesn't believe in education. They are bought and paid for. They are corrupt as the day is long. When I say corrupt, I don't mean they're stealing money. They're corrupt in their values. They claim one thing and they do something completely different. That is immoral. That is corrupt. I'm sorry. That's the bottom line here. This is not attacking the DA. This is a statement of fact. That's who they are. That's who they are. That's how they behave. What else can you possibly say about them? Well, you know what? The DA might just find itself in a plurality party in the Western Cape. They might just find themselves a plurality party and not the largest party. They're screwing the pooch left and right. They ought to be brought in for bestiality. They're screwing the pooch. The EFF is very quiet because they're falling off a cliff. Their support is falling. MK continues to poach their supporters, what few they have left in KZN. MK is also poaching their supporters in other places, like in the Western Cape, where they thought they had support. No, and Rob Hersoff shouldn't register a political party. No, we don't need another vanity party. Nope. Firm believe DA might have started out as an opposition party but sold out long ago. Yeah, I think you're right. The first thing that will happen is the PA will be taking away a few municipalities. That's correct. That is correct. The PA will surge, and Gabe McKenzie has been playing the long game. He's playing well. He took a uncontroversial post. He screwed up a few times, but you can't screw up sports too badly, especially if the Springboks are winning. You can take credit for it. Lose our vote. Freedom for Plus the next home. Yep, NOS. Yep. An educated population can't be controlled easily. No, it can't. A population can think for itself, cannot be controlled like this. Where is Arctic? I don't want to drink this drink until Arctic shows up. Is Arctic lurking in the chat? Let me see if he's here. Nope, he's not here. I was hoping he'd be here. I was going to drink the Starbucks. Saw too much, said too much, had to leave Gauteng after being shot twice. Good Lord, Francis. Oof, man. DA just fits the ANC narrative so they can stay in government pockets with huge salaries. Yep. Nope, it's unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. Cena is nothing but a spineless guy chasing riches for his own gain. Well, I don't know why he's chasing them, Will. He has no money in the bank. The guy has no money in the bank. And can you believe that he thinks it's nobody's business that he can't balance his checkbook? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the People's Court to convene once again. Time for the People's Court to convene. We go now live to the People's Court coming in session. All rise for Judge Wyatt. People's Court is now in session. The Minister of Agriculture, you stand accused of debtor status, inability to pay your basic credit card bills. How do you plead? Not guilty? Unfortunately for you, the evidence shows contrary to that. You amassed a debt of $149,000 of personal credit card and, rand, 149,000 rand of personal credit card debt and had to have a judgment against you because of your inability to pay this. This court finds you guilty. You have a salary of 2.6 million rand, which is more than 97% of all South Africans, yet you have no money in the bank, no property, no stocks, no bonds, no shares in ownership of any private company, nothing. This court finds you guilty of gross negligence in your personal finances. Further charges are you are the Minister of Agriculture and your department knew about foot and mouth disease outbreak 1 year ago, December of 2024. Your department took no action until May this year. You were found guilty of negligence, gross negligence. As Minister of Agriculture, we also find that in the time you've been in office for 18 months, you've made no concerted effort to procure South Africa's indigenous foot and mouth disease vaccine production capacity, even though it's an endemic disease in South Africa. This court finds you guilty of gross negligence. Shall I continue? Shall I continue? In case you're wondering, I am the law. Dread? Department of Home Affairs yesterday to renew passports. There are about 50 Afrikaans people doing application for passports. 11 years the company I worked for sued the DA. I had all the proof that the DA was crooked, no respect for them. All right. Please add a charge of being Carlos. To the charge laid by the esteemed guest in the program, guilty. Yes. Sorry, there's a delivery for me. KFC? No. That's not for me. That's for a caterer's house. KFC. Could you just take it down the street? Sorry. I was disturbed by someone making a delivery. Wasn't for me. Yeah, I don't know what research you've come up with there, Kule Karamanzani. I don't know whose socks are you smoking there? We mean the African population. You mean, South African population, 95 million? Where are you getting that from? What data supports that? I'm pretty sure that the government's census is incorrect. I agree with you on that, Kule. But where are you getting 95 million from, man? Come on, give us the receipts. Otherwise, we're going to think you're smoking your socks. Anyway, so another witness murdered, gunned down, and they have no regard for human life. They could have harmed his wife and his children. My goodness, the farmers near the Botswana border tried to stop the end of 2023 already. Yep. There's a saying, Vince Brut and ek Vince tal ek sprek. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's we have the same thing in English. It's a little more illustrious, a little more colorful. It says, which side of your bread is buttered on. Notice 2 families in our state basically disappeared overnight and left our neighborhood online groups. Yeah, no guesses where they're at. By the way, folks, Fonz will be on the program, another refugee. I just got to sort something out because now I've got a commitment. In fact, I can't send a note now, but I got to try to find one of the board members to replace me. Yeah, I really need someone to do this. Otherwise, I'm going to have to reschedule things for Sunday. Yeah. So Francis knew Marius, worked together. Well, yeah, as did someone else who wrote to me, says they knew Marius. Yep. We need that sentencing. Yep. Kool-Aid, where's the stats, man? Dude, tell us where the stats are. 95 million. I want to see that. I won't refute you. I'm just asking you where you got it from. Yeah, I'm interviewing Fonz. Yes, that's right. Okay, that's a YouTube channel. Okay, who is this guy? Okay, hang on. Thank you for the link. The population deepens as a fiber company claims the country may be bigger than official estimates, while the ANC walks into a major. So a fiber company makes the claim. Which fiber company? Quick fire mentions. Okay. All right, I'll have to watch that. I can't play that guy's content for you guys. The Daily Bagel. Okay. All right, well, I will watch it. And Kool-Aid, someone gave me the receipts, so you don't have to do it. I presume that's what you were talking about. Do you have the actual receipts from the fiber company? Is there a story somewhere that covers that? The U.S. military is not coming to help you. Yeah, I don't buy the 90 million at all. Urban Homestead gave 350 rand. The clouds are gathering, and they need to gather tonight. Did you see Colonel location of state-owned farms? Whites need to apply. Yeah, Leon, somebody sent that to me. Who sent that to me? I think a few people sent that to me. I haven't seen it. I saw it in the messages, but I didn't look at it, so I'm just so busy. So let me see. I think it might have been, I think Herman might have sent it to me. No, he didn't. He didn't send it. Someone else sent it to me. Okay. All right, so today I've been standing at the touch pool since I've started. Huh? You swimming? Is that for the animal thing you're doing? Daily Bagel's cool channel. I don't know it. Arnie Brand's never heard of it. Where did Kool-Aid go? He jumps one comment and he just disappears. Dude, where are you running off to? Did I get that spelling wrong, or did he just leave? KH. You're still here. Okay. All right. I wonder where you get the 95 million from. I'm curious about that. Today and tomorrow, Monday, I'm off. Taking the off. Okay, Nadine. Good for you. Get some rest. Rest. What's that? Yeah, no, crazy, folks. Absolutely crazy. Another killing. Madlanga Commission Witness D executed around 8 p.m. in Brakpan. Nothing good happens in Brakpan, man. Nothing good happens in Brakpan, does it? My goodness. Another situation here. Oh, boy. Police have confirmed that Witness D was executed in Brakpan Friday evening. Wife and children reported to be unharmed, according to a security source, even though they were in the vehicle with him. It was Witness D's version that the suspect was tortured with a plastic bag repeatedly held over his face so that he could not breathe. The suspect had admitted that he was involved in the robbery of a warehouse and apparently tried to bribe the officers with $500,000 in cash that he had in the house. Witness D testified that after $500,000 was mentioned, what started as an operation to recover stolen property effectively turned into a robbery. After the suspect evidently died, Witness D testified that Hanneken told them that the chief will sort this issue. A tracksuit-clad Mkwanazi allegedly arrived in the early morning hours, and after meeting with the Ikurlini Metro Police Department officers, said they needed to throw the suspect's body into a mine shaft or dump it into a dam. It was quite clear at this stage that was expecting me to dispose of the deceased body. I really didn't have a chance to agree. Felt like I was being forced. At this stage, I felt that I was being outnumbered as the decision was made already, and we were dealing with a very serious and dangerous situation at this stage. So I interpreted it as, if I don't comply, then I would probably be next. Witness D said he followed the instructions given him and followed one of the EPMD officers to a dam in Nigel where the body was disposed of. After the police found the body a short while later, he added he was called to a meeting with the officers and officials involved where Hanneken will cover them. Look, I'm not going to speak ill of the gentleman, but why the hell didn't you get your family out? Leave. Go someplace they can't get to you. you try for asylum and, and tell that story. Do something. Unbelievable. Kool-Aid's still here, but he's being quiet. Okay, well. Don't let us start with Brakpan jokes. No, I know. Can I start with Brakpan jokes? I did a video on Brakpan. Did you guys see that? Where's that at? When did I do that Brakpan thing? Let me see if I can find it. Brakpan. I'm not in Brakpan. That's the one I did. I was telling people about the boy. Whoops. I don't want that. I was telling people about the boys channel. So I did this. When did I do this? This was, 2 months ago. I got a few views on it. Not too bad. Whoops, that's not the right one. Wrong one, or wrong window. Here we go. Now I get the correct window. There you go.
Hey folks, welcome back. It's been a really crazy day to say the least here in early September with a number of things happening. Don't know what was happening in my broadcast earlier, but someone's chat kept getting deleted. I asked my moderators why it was getting deleted, and apparently somebody was offended by that. So there you go. Springbok ladies were destroyed by France. Not a surprise, but disappointing. But what about Nadine Ruiz? Man, she's amazing. Came flying back down the field from a good 25, 30 meters behind everybody else and beat them to the ball and stopped one try from being scored. And then she broke away and scored a try right there at the end. So that added for a little bit of joy to what was an otherwise miserable event. Beyond that, I'm just looking for something to lighten the mood. And Hendo said he was taking a break. He needs a break from all the people really coming on the channel and some of the questions and part of West hiking, getting YouTuber apparently. And he showed around the compound and they got some good footage from there. They went to the carnival and all the things that make Brakpan famous for a lot of people. It was interesting listening to people speak Afrikaans and how they pronounce Brakpan, because that's how I pronounce it, Brakpan. But someone said Brakpan, and who speak Afrikaans was kind of weird. So maybe my ears a little bit out of wax there. Get that out and clean it out, and I can hear a little bit better. But it was an entertaining video, to say the least. The link will be below this video, so if you want to go check it out, and t-shirts and things like that. It all. And to this day, it's a majority white town, about 53% of the population.
Yeah, anyway, so Brakpan. So I did that a few months back. I had 28,000 views. Got 28 dislikes. It was crazy. People disliking that. I didn't say anything bad about Brakpan. I just talked about those guys making a video and promoted their channel. Anyway, I stay in Brakpan. Love the town, says Francis. Okay. Population research was conducted by Fiber. Thank you very much, Kool-Aid. Thank you. By Fiber Time. Thank you. That's what I need. Okay. Let me see what they're based off. F-I-B-R-E time. Fiber Time. Okay. In Stellenbosch. Thank you for that, Kool-Aid. Glad you found. Okay. Fiber Time. Okay, let me see. Fiber Time, population estimate. Okay, let me see where I get this. Okay. Okay, here it is. This MoneyWeb. Yeah, I saw this story, and I just dismissed it. Maybe I should pay closer attention. Thank you, Kool-Aid. Maybe I should pay closer attention to it. So MoneyWeb, it's got to prove, okay. So could South Africa's population be underestimated by tens of millions is a question. It's not a fact. It's a question. And actually sit near 95 million rather than the latest official estimate of 63 million. Township fiber operator Fiber Time believes its granular street level data may point to a South African population far larger. Through its operations, company is now taking a growing interest in different national projects, understanding how many people actually live in South Africa. The question emerged through Fiber Time's network building process, which relies on detailed housing mapping, large-scale aerial imaging, and advanced modeling. According to Magnus Rademeyer, former CEO and now head of insights at Fiber Time, the need for accurate planning information is fundamental. Yeah, of course. So their work on South Africa's population estimate is being driven in large part by Rademeyer. His extensive experience in geoinformation systems and spatial modeling, having co-founded Africa GIS, civil engineer privilege. Okay, get to how he did it. It doesn't tell us. It's just promoting him. He doesn't tell us anything about where he got the estimate from. Their model has given unusual access to information within South Africa's informal settlements. The company has physically visited 265,000 households, not randomly, but in targeted pockets. I guess the company owns its network, whatever. Explains 5 times. Still not telling me why. The mathematical formula containing 7 constraints then adjusts these estimates. The company uses drone photography of coverage areas combined with artificial intelligence and machine learning tools to extract additional demographic signals such as car counts, roof counts, and head counts. active in 39 communities. Experts say an undercount of 5% is considered reliable. I would say that too, having done demographics. Anything above 15% is regarded as doubtful. And their figure is 31%. Yeah, I'm not convinced of that. So thank you, Kool-Aid. Thank you for telling us that. Appreciate that. Like I said, I think I'd seen that story, but I kind of ignored it. It doesn't seem plausible. I've done population estimates. I've done that sort of thing. I don't have geospatial tools that he has available to me, but I know how they're done. I mean, it was part of my graduate work is international development studies, was to estimate populations. Okay, Peter Felmore says hello from Lockley, Cape Town. I think he means lovely. Okay, can't say the same thing about the most southern rugby team in Africa. What are you talking about, Will? It's difficult to solve murders, missing people in Brakpan. No dental records. Oh, the jokes are coming now about Brakpan. Yeah, Diane Rudolph, pretty terrible stuff. Compiling for a case against the ANC for crimes against humanity. Yes, I'm aware of that, Nixie. I'm aware of that. Yep, there are crimes against humanity, no doubt about it. The ANC their time is over. They're going to go down swinging, though. I always said they would never go without a fight, and now we're going to see it. They're going to see it. They're not going to go without a fight. They didn't learn anything from the PK that they got in the national elections in 2024. They didn't learn a damn thing. They negotiated a deal, a bilateral agreement with the Democratic Alliance to rule in a coalition together, and then they went behind the Democratic Alliance's back and went to other people and said, hey, come join our government of national unity without the DA's approval. Yep, they didn't learn anything. And Turk says the most confusing day in Brakpan is Father's Day because nobody knows where to go. Oh, my goodness. Xavier wants to know my opinion. Cancer is successfully exposed and now destroying the DA. Well, they've been destroying the DA since the day that they went in coalition with them. The only place in Southern where dogs have to walk in pairs, scared the kids might bite them. Just another girl's been a little busy this week. I know what she's been up to. Anyway. And somebody wrote to me and said, yep, that's my hometown. I got a Brakpan viewer here, plus someone else that knows him. It's crazy. I feel like a chest cold coming on. My chest feels weird. Anyway, okay. All right. So I have concludes. And Tuesday, another family arrived in Cleveland. So let me see if my list is that still here of all the places that these people went to. Let me see if I've got that here. Let's see. Where the heck was that at? I didn't throw it away, did I? Okay, that's not it. Nope. Come on, where's that list at? It was here somewhere. All the places. Now it's gone. All the states, because I wrote them all down because I couldn't remember them all. But add Connecticut, Maine, Florida, Iowa, Texas, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Ohio to the list of places where people have gone recently. Yep. And some people, in fact, there were many people on the flight to Denver. A lot of people, several families flew to Denver and have resettled in Denver, Colorado. I spoke to one of them tonight. Yep. So, yep. Okay. All right. Cool beans. Yep. All right. My schedule's filling up right now. All right, cool. All right. Looking to see who else. I mean, I've got messages. These are WhatsApp messages. People who tell me they're, oh, okay, that's good. When did that come? It came this afternoon. So it's a voicemail. I'll have to listen to that. I can't put it on the air, so I'll have to. Apparently in Brakpan, you never have a girlfriend. You only have your turn. Oh, gosh, you guys are harsh. Harsh. If you wake up in a hospital after a car accident, you know you are in Brakpan because the labor ward has pensioners discount. Okay, enough of the Brakpan jokes, okay? I'm going to start losing viewers. Yes, more than a few Indian and color families. Exactly. But they need to step up. Somebody has to have the courage to step up so that we can refute this nonsense about this program, the way it's being mistreated by South African media and by the government. Anyway, I'm doing all I can, but YouTube is not. You know, it's weird because YouTube, on one hand, is offering me access to things. I got that gift, you know. Let me go get that. That was only open to 2,500 creators, but since I've been with them since 2005 or 2006, I was one of them. So. And there were actually 3 gifts that were available. I was too late to get the T-shirt, but I did get this one. I could have gotten all of them. So this is the gift that I got. You know, like Hollywood. There you go. So there you go. So I got that gift. That was pretty cool. Yeah. So they give me that. They've also today put me into they offer me access in a program on how to get sponsors, and I said, why not? I'll sign up for it. They offered it to me on my channel, so I signed up for that, for potentially getting the inside scoop on how to do that. So it's weird. They're treating me, because I'm in the top 1% of YouTube channels on the planet. They're treating me well, but they're not promoting my content, so I'm struggling to gain new viewers. I saw a video of Brakpan. It didn't look bad to me. Girl, my hands are always full. Mom and I are going to get our pre-screen. Okay, Nadine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, so 190 people here, 137 likes. Okay, cool beans. Thank you for that, folks. I'll have to check out that video that Kool-Aid showed me. Kool-Aid, what's going on? Aren't you a content creator? And aren't you on, is it the same Kool-Aid that's been putting content on the Truth Channel? We haven't interacted or met, to my knowledge. Is that the same Kool-Aid? And by the way, would you be interested in coming on my program? If that's you. If that's you. By the way, did you see this weird thing where this trans pastor came out and said, I'm no longer pretending to be a woman, or I'm no longer acting like a woman. I'm going to stop pretending to be a man. It was crazy. Crazy stuff. Okay. Truth Report. Okay. Willem Petzer's on the Truth Report now. Okay, I guess I didn't pay attention to that. I missed that. Okay. You know, the Truth Report got some good content, but we're not getting a lot of views on a lot of these things. Maybe it's just the size of the channel. I don't know. I don't know. So, I guess we'll see. But that's not what I want. I want biz news is what I want. I want to check on that Steenhuisen video, because he was gaining ground on me. Steenhuisen was gaining ground on me. So Steenhuisen is at 39,000 now, and I'm at 67. Oh, that sounds like they're squashing my video. Yeah, it's kind of tail. It hasn't gone anywhere for a couple of days. It was 67,000 2 days ago. Yeah, so a whole day it gained. Hang on a second. It gained 100 views. That's bullshit. YouTube is suppressing that. There's no way that just suddenly died off. What a bunch of crap. And Steenhuisen's, which had 22,000, and now has.
He's not.
Now has it's gaining. His I had him smoked, and now he's gaining. But yeah, he's at 39,000, so he's closing on me. Anyway, well, he ought to be able to surpass me. He is the leader of a major political party, and I'm just some retired colonel sitting in my studio in Pennsylvania. 69 subs, over 3,000 views, and I created in 2012. Wow, Nadine. Okay. Unoffensive Pets has some interesting views, and then also seemingly conspiratorial theories. Maybe I'm too. Then Marcel, it's your right to be skeptical of people. The DA sent out SMSs before the interview. They sent out SMSs to let people know that it was going on, and nobody sent SMSs to tell people that I was on Biz News. I was smoking that channel. He had 21,000. I had 39,000, but he's closing the gap now. We're now 440 Rand. Super chat. Thank you. Clouds are gathering. They are gathering. Yeah, loose lips do sink ships. Let's keep your plans to yourself, guys. Don't tell people about your stuff. You can tell me about it privately, and I won't leak it unless you ask me to. Yep. Slippery Pickles here. Hey. Finally, Cleveland. Yes, Alex, we got some South Africans in Cleveland now who came over the refugee program. There you go. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? Wow. Anyway, Fonz will be on the channel Sunday as long as I can work it out. I forgot about this district meeting for veterans this weekend, so I'm going to have to see if I can't get that shifted. So, yeah. Okay. All right. So you gave me the Brakpan story. Hendo sent out WhatsApps to let people know you were on business. Okay, that's great, but no, but that's a few 100,000 people, not 600,000 that the DA has registered members of the party. Everyone is curious to see what a big fool Stonehouse made himself in that business interview. Maybe. What did Vilma say there? Oh, that's not devious. I mean, look, they should do that. I mean, if I had 600,000 registered members of my organization, the Wyatt Army, I would send out. You know, I mean, if we get big enough, maybe we should make a private organization called the Wyatt Army. You know, have a Wyatt Army newsletter. You get a membership card. You know, maybe we should do that. You know. Maybe we should do that. Yeah, I think Arctica's in the air. Who is O'Sullivan? I don't know who that is. Anyway, yeah. So my videos, not so great the past couple of days. This Madlanga Commission video, since I think I'm the first one to get it up, should do well. I'm only at 1600, but it's also the time of night in 45 minutes. That's pretty good considering it's about 5 o'clock in the morning. If it picks up in a couple hours, then I'll be happy. Stop gathering clouds, Colonel. You do it better than that minister, which is maybe why there's so many storms. Maybe that's what it is. Say that goodbye to everyone. I'm off for the day. Okay, Nadine, be careful. Take care. Be well. All right, let's get back to some news. Since Nadine's left, now we're going to cover the news. Just kidding. Well, South Africa's Vodacom has purchased Safaricom, the largest telecoms company in East Africa. Wow, that's a big surprise. Didn't know that was coming. South Africa's largest mobile operator, Vodacom, is set to take control of East Africa's biggest telecom, Safari, in a multi-billion-dollar deal. Yep. Vodacom has agreed to buy a 15% stake from the Kenyan government, along with a 5% stake from Vodacom Holdings for a total of $2.1 billion. Includes an upfront payment of 5.3 billion rand to secure the right to future Safari.com dividends that would otherwise go to the Kenyan government. The acquisition will bring Vodacom's total stake in Safaricom to 54.9%. They'll use loan agreements with Vodafone and externally sourced Kenyan shilling facility guaranteed by Vodacom. The acquisition will consolidate Vodacom's capabilities in mobile payments, lending, digital wallets, supporting, and its broader financial inclusion. Safaricom, valued at $8.8 billion dominates Kenya's telecom market with roughly 60% of the mobile subscribers. Its growth has remained strong, with revenue for the 6 months of September rising 11% to $1.4 billion. Now, this is subject to multiple regulatory approvals and governmental approval, but that's a huge acquisition for Vodacom, a huge acquisition for Vodacom. Of course, that picture right there, Vodacom, that looks like the Centurion address there between Joburg and Pretoria. That looks like their address there along the motorway. Yeah, anyway, so, wow, that is huge, 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 huge. Where Fonz has been, Elmer, you're asking where is Fonz? He's been quiet? Well, I've been talking about Fonz. Did you just tune in? I've already talked about Fonz. Fonz will be on the program on Sunday, unless I have to reschedule because I've got something I've got to do on Sunday. But he agreed to come on Sunday. It'll be a late one because we've got rugby before that. So right now, if he comes on, if I'm successful, it'll be at 10 o'clock South African time. I might just reschedule to Monday. But Fonz will be on. Fonz is in Denver, Colorado, in the mile-high city of Denver, along with a bunch of other South Africans who arrived. Fadil Adams and Ian Cameron appear to have broken some rules. Worried about what? The refugees? That has nothing to do with one thing, has nothing to do with the other. The Kenyans aren't Kenyan. They're just people that are working. They happen to be living in Kenya. National Colored Congress leader Fadil Adams found himself once again on the wrong side of the code of conduct. This after the Ethics Committee found that Adams has, for the second time, flouted the code after posting personal information of a DA staff member on Facebook without that person's consent after DA Chief Whip George Michaelis laid a complaint. The dissemination of personal information by the minister was reckless and irresponsible, and said co-chairpersons Luizo Sharon Makubela and Joseph Britz. The co-chairperson said the code for MPs required that social media users not bring Parliament into disrepute. Yep. They recommended that Adams be suspended from his seat in the parliamentary debates and committees for a period of 20 days and salary be reduced by equal amount for 20 days. Ian Cameron is set to be reprimanded in the House and cautioned to exercise greater care in future interviews and public statements. This comes after Pop Crew's first Deputy Secretary, Chikala Mlatsi, complained about comments he made following the acquittal of 8 members of the VIP Protection Unit. Mlatsi complained that Cameron conducted a televised interview wherein he characterized the verdict as the acquittal of the offenders as shameful and immoral, and referred to them as rogue and as criminals. Well, how is that wrong? Why is it being sanctioned for that? Telling the truth? The complaint alleges the member is abusing his position as chairperson of the portfolio by usurping functions and roles that are not within his purview. So I'm sorry. So his freedom of speech is not within his purview? This is an abuse of Parliament. Cameron did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. The Ethics Committee found that Cameron did not act on all occasions in accordance with public trust placed in him and did not maintain public confidence, trust, and integrity of Parliament. Because he told the truth? I mean, Sir Ramaphosa lies about America. Ronald Lamola lies about America. He calls Donald Trump a white supremacist. You think that doesn't bring shame on Parliament? Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, and the winner is Donald Trump. He wins the inaugural FIFA World Peace Prize. Can you believe it? U.S. President Donald Trump said he was not attending the draw for the 2026 World Cup to receive a prize, but he got one anyway. Trump, who has campaigned aggressively this year for a Nobel Peace Prize, was given FIFA's inaugural Peace Prize for his efforts to promote dialogue and de-escalation in some of the world's hotspots. Amid TV cameras and flashballs from international press, Trump dominated the scene at Washington's Kennedy Center Friday night, placing himself squarely at the center of one of the biggest events in the sporting world. The U.S., along with Canada and Mexico, will host the soccer tournament next year. Prime Minister of Canada and the President of Mexico were there too, but it was all Trump's show. This will be unique, this will be stellar, this will be spectacular, Gianni Infantino, the gregarious president of FIFA, told the ceremony. Yep. Italian tenor Andrea Bocelli sang a Nessun Dorma, a favorite of Donald Trump and a staple of his campaign rallies to launch the proceedings. Nobody ever thought a thing like this could happen, he said. Last month, FIFA announced a new annual award called the FIFA Peace Prize, would be presented at the draw to reward individuals who have taken exceptional and extraordinary actions for peace. Yeah, cool beans. Donald Trump got himself a Peace Prize. You're welcome, El Marie. Fonz is fine. I saw his face. He's fine. The Stormers had to dig deep, an abysmal performance in the second half. They managed to salvage the victory in the in the EPCR Champions Cup. They squeaked by with a victory today, despite terrible play by Leyland Zass and a handful of other players. Paul de Villiers was absolutely brilliant in this game, as was Senzo Mkuno. Mkuno was absolutely stunning in this game. Yep. And Clinton Swart was pretty darn good too. He made all of his kicks. The Stormers have continued their undefeated season, beating France's Bayonne 23-17 away from home in the European Champions Cup opener. This comes after 6 straight victories to start the United Rugby Championship that has left them on top of the log in that competition. So 7 straight. Stormers strike the first blow early in the contest or a try from scrum half Imad Khan, but it was the boot of fly half Clinton Swart that kept the scoreboard ticking as 3 straight penalties saw them take a healthy 16-5 lead. But then things fell apart as Audrey Smith, only on the pitch for a few moments, got a straight red card. 20-minute red card. It's far from their most clinical performance, but with Bayonne 5th in the top French 14, this result the Stormers will take with open arms. Yep. Bayonne's pack was crumbling. Boy, the scrums were just destroying the Aveyron. It's destroying them. John Plumtree has stepped down as head coach of the Sharks. He will be there this weekend for their game, but that's it. Assistant coach J.P. Peterson will take over an interim basis for the remainder of the season. Man. Decision taken by Plum has been made in the best interest of the Sharks with the long-term success and stability of the team at heart. The Sharks accept his decision with respect and gratitude, and we extend our sincere thanks for his contribution, leadership, and deep care for the badge. Played an important role in guiding our squad through a challenging and evolving period, and his influence has been invaluable. He will remain part of our high-performance system and will continue to contribute in capacity still being finalized. So, Plumtree will still get a paycheck despite incredible failure. Wow. Rossi Erasmus has inked the deal, apparently, and he will stay with the Springboks through 2031. South African rugby fans have reason to celebrate. Rassie Erasmus will remain at the helm of the Springboks all the way through the 2031 World Cup in the U.S. South African rugby confirmed Friday that Erasmus' contract has been extended by another 4 years, securing his leadership for a full 6-year stretch until the next tournament. Fresh off consecutive unbeaten November tour after claiming back-to-back rugby championship titles early in the year, Erasmus and the Bucks have set their sights on taking their winning momentum into the 2026 season and ultimately the 2027 Rugby World Cup in Australia. Well, there you go. Rassie is going to be around, man. He's going to be around for a while. So 6 more years. Let me take a look at, hang on a second here. I want to see what we got here. All right, so Rassie has 53 tests and 40 wins, 75%. So he's got 40 wins. Rassie is he the winningest coach in Springbok history? I think he is. Let me take a look and see here. It looks like he already is the winningest coach in Springbok history. Yeah, only Jake White had more contests than him. Jake White had 54. If this is correct, if it's up to date, I don't know if it's up to date. So it doesn't say the date on this. But he has 53 tests, 40 wins. And then Jake White had 54 tests, 136. So if that's true, then Rassie has the most matches ever, and he's got 6 more years. I mean, he'll go down as the legend all time of Springbok history. Yeah, Alistair Coetzee, 25 matches, 44% win rate, 11 wins. That was terrible. That was terrible. Nick Mallett had a 71% record. Danny Craven, 74% record. Rassie has a 76% record. Ian Kirkpatrick had a 77% record. Nellie Smith, 80%. Cecil Moss, 83%. And Kurt Christie, 100%. Yep. See if it gives. Let me see if it goes through. Yep, it goes all of his games all the way through Wales. So it is correct. Rassie is the winningest coach in Springbok history and also now has the second most tests in Springbok history. Wow. Wow. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Crazy. Well, heel Cape Tony's expecting to cover their backside with no thought for the rest of the country. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Mace. Snorri. Who is Snorri? The coach, you mean? Leanne Crystal, you can't name people. It doesn't work that way. YouTube picks them at random. If they're in the chat, if they're watching the program, they can win. It's just a lottery. You have no control. You can't buy it for them. You can buy it for yourself, but you can't buy it for them. Sorry about that, Leanne. It doesn't work that way. Peter DeVilliers was just there. Yeah, he's going to get a century. Yep. Yeah. Peter DeVilliers, is that who you're asking about? He's not in the top coaches here, so this is the highest one. All right. DeVilliers is 62%. He won 30 of 48 matches. DeVilliers won 30 of 48 matches. Starting in 2008, he got a win, 3 straight wins, and then he had 6 straight wins to go through, but he had a lot of losses in between, a few losses in between. So yeah, DeVilliers had a winning record, but didn't really accomplish much now, did he? Yeah. So he was a coach on September 22nd, 2011, when they were at North Harbor and they beat Namibia 87-0. I was there. I was at that game. Yep. They went 4-0 in that pool. They beat Wales 17-16, Fiji 49-3, Namibia 87-0, and Samoa 13-5. Yep, they played Wellington and they played in North Harbor, and I was at the North Harbor game. Yep. So I saw them coach. I saw 2015. I saw Henneke Meyer with the Springboks. And 2019, I saw Jacques Nienaber Yeah, in 2023 I saw Rossi. So I've seen all 4 of those coaches coaching the Springboks. Jake White back coaching high school rugby in Eastern Cape is interesting. Yeah, it is. Rossi, genius and players respect him. Even in the workplace, people do loads more than people for respect. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So Rossi's going to be around. That's cool. Well, Fikele Mabalula says the difference between a thug and a comrade. Late Friday, ANC Secretary General Fikele Mabalula closed an ANC elective conference in Buffalo City, which is the only city in the country that is run solely by the ANC. He used the platform to seemingly take jabs at ANC National Executive Committee member Becca Chile, suspended Police Minister Senzo Mkuno, and apparent ANC member Ikuruli Metro Commissioner Julius Mkwanazi. He defended Ramaphosa against a rumored ploy to oust him. A plot, you mean? There are people who are trying us. They want to confuse us. They want to indecisive ANC. Some of them are among us here in this conference. Some of them go around carrying Woolworths bags. He said, you hear they have money and that they're sharing the cash with comrades in Woolworths bags. From a Tutsi, a thug is a thug and they'll die a Tutsi. Well, sounds like a lot of people in the ANC. Mark Blameyer, thank you for subscribing. Yep, thank you for subscribing. Well, after his visit to Israel, the Amatembu king, Dalianyebo, lost his cool at a press conference. Returning from an Israeli state-sponsored trip, King Buyaleka Kaya Dalianyebo repeatedly hurled insults at journalists. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. At a near-empty press conference, Or Tambo's Southern Sun, he launched into a tirade of personal attacks, obscene language, and insults. Some of the other choice language included prostitutes of the ANC. The ANC can F off, and the head of state must not act like a drunken monkey. Oh, will he be brought up on charges of racism? If a white person had said that in South Africa, they would be brought up on charge of racism. Want to guarantee dollars of donuts? Let's see if the Amatembu king is brought up by the South African Human Rights Commission for saying that the president, the head of state must not act like a drunken monkey. That's what he said. This was besides the attacks on 2 journalists who were there as they asked questions about his 4-day visit to a state that South Africa accused of genocide. The Amatembu king told the journalists to get the F out of my sight. Thank you all for your memberships given by Turks. Oh my goodness. Dressed in a blue track sheet with bright blue shoes and a black beanie, he first let his daughter, Princess Natando Dalienbo, who doubles as a spokesperson, speak. She spoke about what she saw in Israel accompanying her father. Asked whether his visit to Israel and not to Palestine conflicted with the foreign policy stance of South African ANC, he became hostile. Over the next 10 minutes, he grew increasingly angry. After a few back-and-forth questions, answering questions with mainly more questions, News 24 asked him what credibility he had to take a stance in the conflict. What credibility does News 24 have to take a stance on anything? At one point, he walked up to News 24 journalists, verbally assaulting them, and began pointing, "Look, I'm taking my stance whether you're justified or not," he said as he walked towards the journalists. Like Ramaphosa is taking a stance whether justified or not. He then proceeded to make unsubstantiated claims that because former International Relations and Cooperation Commissioner Nelly Pandor and Mandela were married to Muslims, they had taken a side. "Are you a Muslim?" he asked News 24 journalists before adding, "That's why you are like this." Man. Then get the F out of my sight. Thank you. Bye. From what I've seen, I would not go to Hamas because all I saw is Hamas, a club of criminals, he said. Wow. Conned into war. The mercenaries are crying they want to come home. Yep. The MK mercenaries are crying they want to come home. MK members allegedly collected the ID documents of the men currently in Ukraine and facilitated the recruitment process, and it landed them in war-torn. So MK is a front for Russian mercenaries, according to these allegations. According to these allegations, they're a front for Russian mercenary operations. Is that true? Well, there are people implicated. Well, the World Cup draw for FIFA here in America. Bafana and the Bruise. A chance to rewrite wrongs in Mexico. Bafana, just like they did in 2010, will open the 2026 FIFA World Cup against Mexico on June 11th. This time around, South Africa will be the visitors against one of 3 co-hosts alongside the United States and Canada. This match will offer Bafana and coach Hugo Bruce, whose Belgian side lost to Mexico in the '86 World Cup, a chance to rewrite their wrongs against the North American side. Don't hold your breath. The boys are not going to win. Nope. Hugo Bruce wore a nonchalant look when Aaron Judge pulled out of South Africa's name the FIFA World Cup draw, despite the American baseball player offering the Belgian and Bafana emotional reunion in Mexico. Here's a score to settle. Yep. There you go. Well, the Supreme Court will hear Donald Trump's birthright case. This could be epic, stopping this anchor baby phenomenon that's been happening in America. The announcement sets up a test of a controversial policy that could redefine who's considered American, and it should. You should not be an American if your parents came here illegally, and you're the consequence of that. Trump administration asked the justice to take up the case on an expedited basis September after lower courts found a policy, a key component of the president's anti-immigration, unconstitutional, blocked it. But the lower courts are wrong. Solicitor General John Sauer wrote in the filing with the High Court that reading was mistaken. The president was attempting to restore the original meaning of the constitutional amendment, which was ratified in 1868 after enslaved people were freed from the Civil War, following the Civil War. The amendment provides that those born in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens. Yep, it overturned the Dred Scott decision, which denied citizenship to black people. But the thing is, that was 1857, the Dred Scott decision. 1868 was the 14th Amendment, which granted citizenship to former slaves and their children. But it was meant to confer citizenship to those people. And illegal aliens are not under the jurisdiction of the United States. They're criminals who need to be deported. So there you go. Well, the State Department will deny visas to fact-checkers and others citing censorship. Ooh. State Department is instructing staff to reject visa applications from people who worked on fact-checking, content moderation, or other activities the Trump administration considers censorship of American speech. The directive, sent in an internal memo on Tuesday, is focused on applicants for H-1B visas for highly skilled workers, which are frequently used by tech companies. Yep. If you uncover evidence of an applicant was responsible for, complicit in censorship, or attempted censorship, or protect expression in the United States, you should pursue a finding the applicant is ineligible. 100%. 100%. All these scumbags from the subcontinent who came to America and worked at Twitter and censored our speech and worked at YouTube and silenced our channels, don't give them Don't give them visas. No, Bafana will not win a single game. January 6th pipe bomb suspect. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I report to you once again. Last night on CNN, I think it was, wasn't Brian Stelter, it was that other clown. Last night on CNN, they identified the pipe bomb suspect arrested by the FBI after going through data that the FBI already had for 4 years under the crooked Biden regime, and they overlooked it either intentionally or through ignorance, malfeasance, or ineptitude. But they found the information from existing data and were able to track down the suspect. This man, ladies and gentlemen, this man who CNN tells us is a white male suspect, Brian Cole Jr., a white male, has been arrested in the D.C. pipe bomb case from January 6, 2021. This white man here, Brian Cole Jr., living in an upscale neighborhood in Woodbridge, about 35 miles south of the District of Columbia. This man, a white pipe bomb suspect. There you go, folks. So you see, once again, for those of you who are visually impaired, that is a white man. That is a white man. In case you can't see very clearly, I'm telling you for a fact, CNN told me that this is a white man. Okay, it's a white man. So, yep. Jake Tapper, yep. He told me that was a white man. So I'll take his word for it. Jake Tapper obviously knows everything. All hail Jake Tapper. This court finds you guilty of propaganda, Jake Tapper. Yep. 6 January pipe bomb suspect in custody now. We'll see what comes out of that, but don't hold your breath. They probably screwed it up somewhere. January 6th pipe bomb suspect. Brian Cole confessed, said he supports Trump and has argued. Holden Caulfield, why are you saying that? It was under Epstein's. What are you talking about? They spent 9 months uncovering data that the FBI already had, going back through everything, looking at it like it was a cold case, and they found him. But for 4 years, the FBI didn't bother to find him with data they already had. Accused pipe bomber Brian Cole confessed his crimes to the FBI. He's confessed. He admits it. He admits he did it. Accused pipe bomb planner Brian Cole confessed his crimes to the FBI and told agents he supported President Trump and held anarchist views. Really? You support Trump? That's why you did this? Please. I guess so. I mean, after all, we know that Brian Cole, we know certainly for a fact that he is a white man. Who's that? Oh, that's Brian Cole. Sorry. That's Brian Cole right there. He's a white man. Yes. Yes, according to Jake Tapper at CNN, he's a white man. Well, the Trump has a new national security strategy out. Yep, he's looking at reviving the Monroe Doctrine, telling Europe to stay out of the Western Hemisphere. Yep, he should tell China to stay out of the Western Hemisphere. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I do need to download it sometime soon. The United States will reassert its dominance in the Western Hemisphere, building military strength in the Indo-Pacific, and possibly reassess its relationship with Europe, said Donald Trump. There you go. Latest expression of Donald Trump's view of the world. 29-page document. President Trump's foreign policy is pragmatic without being pragmatist, realistic without being realist, principled without being idealistic, and muscular without being hawkish, and restrained without being dovish. Its motive above all, what works for America. Yep. So there you have it. Trump has a new national security strategy. I'll have to analyze it. Let me see if it's... There it is. And thank you, Matthew Schaefer, for your membership. Trump's national security strategy. There it is. Let me see. Got it. Gonna have to read it. Let's see what it says for Africa. I did this in his last one when it came out, and I also did it for Biden's. So, all right. Africa is on page 29. Africa. For far too long, American policy in Africa is focused on providing and later on spreading liberal ideology. The United States should instead look to partner with select countries to ameliorate conflict, foster mutually beneficial trade relationships, and transition from a foreign aid paradigm to an investment and growth paradigm capable of harnessing Africa's abundant natural resources and latent economic potential. Opportunities for engagement should include negotiating settlements to ongoing conflicts like the DRC and Rwanda, Sudan, and preventing new ones like Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Somalia, as well as action to amend our approach to aid and investment, the African Growth and Opportunity Act, and we must remain weary of resurgent Islamist terrorist activity in parts of Africa while avoiding any long-term American presence or commitments. The United States should transition from an aid-focused relationship with Africa to a trade and investment-focused relationship favoring partnerships with capable, reliable states committed to opening their markets to U.S. goods and services, an immediate area for U.S. investment in Africa with prospects for a good return on investment, including the energy sector and critical mineral development, development of U.S.-backed nuclear energy, liquid petroleum, gas, and liquefied natural gas technologies can generate profits for U.S. business, help us in competition for critical minerals. That is the last thing in the statement, just 3 paragraphs. So, 3 paragraphs. Middle East gets a page and a half. Europe gets a page and a half. The Americas gets 2. No, it doesn't say. Anyway, so there you go. So that's the new national security strategy. CBS claims that survivors of the boat attack were waving before the second attack. 2 people survived an early September attack on an alleged drug boat were waving overhead before they were killed in now controversial second strike. One of the sources said the action could be interpreted as survivors either calling for help or trying to wave off another strike. It could also be interpreted as someone trying to grab the side of the boat. You decide. You decide. There you go. That's what we have for a little bit of news time. Let me see if this one's picking up now. Maybe it's a little bit later, but it's Saturday, so it's not the best time to release videos. Let me see. It's at 3,000. It's starting to take off now. 2,600 last hour. So 74 in 1 minute. That might do something. It's got all likes. All the hate wankers haven't found it yet. It's got 100% likes, 308 likes, so that's pretty good. Removing aid means countries now actually have to find ways to grow their economy instead of getting handouts. 100% correct. Hearing about terrorist activity, a client from Tete, Mozambique says things are really getting bad up there. Yeah, no one's covering that. January 6th was a uniparty establishment psyop to frame MAGA and the Trump. I don't know. I can attest. I was there as a witness, as a counterintelligence agent, former federal law enforcement official. I saw people who were there trying to incite the crowd, and the crowd just ignored them. They're like, what's wrong with these people? So, yeah, there may very well have been something. And I remember when a whistle blew at one point, and all these people were like, come on, there's a door open on the side. So they all broke through the crowd, people wearing Kevlar helmets and goggles and body armor, makeshift body armor, and ran around the building to the south side of the Capitol building. I don't know where they went. Who looks like my twin? What are you talking about there, Alex? What are you talking about? Oh, that guy, the black guy. So all the people who burned down Teslas and firebombed their cars supported Biden. Well, yeah. Haaretz and Ebenetz about this maximum stream. No, mainstream media lies to people, which keeps me in business. I mean, I would still be successful at what I'm doing, analyzing things and have cogent analysis, but they make it easy. I mean, I don't even have to try. I don't even have to try. They blame whites for everything. Now the whites are, well, Conrad, I've said before, if you ever see the data from jails, you find out that, X percentage are like they'll say 54% or 60% of the inmates in the prison are white, and just 20% are black. But then you look at the photographs and you see clearly black men identified falsely as white to alter the statistics to make it look like black men don't make up a huge percentage of prison population when they do, for a lot of reasons. And not the reasons that the left claims. They're not being attacked. It's just the way things are. All right. So I think I'm coming down with something here, folks. I'm feeling a little down. So it's not going to be good when I got rugby in the morning. So, well, Botswana was good. It's gone down. It's gone way down since COVID. Botswana has gone backwards in a major way. They've got massive corruption. They've got budget problems. They've failed to deliver on their economic plans. Yeah, ever since COVID, it's been a mess. All right. Don't purchase tanning beds. It was makeshift body art. What are you talking about, Holden? I've showed you the videos. Why are you laughing? I showed you the videos. I've showed you. I mean, people piece together all kinds of idiotic nonsense. Some of them actually had body armor. But, I mean, some of these people were just wackadoodles. Is it the Frappuccino withdrawal symptoms? Is that what the problem is? Arctic isn't here. Red light therapy. No, I'm not going to deal with cops. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. 100%. Anyway, folks, if you haven't seen my video on Madlanga Commission, here is the link to it when we're done here. Go check it out. 234 people here on a Saturday morning. That's impressive, folks. Good to see you all. And no hate wankers or trolls in the chat. That's pretty cool. All faith farming's gone way down. I've been back to Botswana since this decline happened, and I can tell you, I can see it first up close and personal. Botswana has some challenges. The previous administration was Eric Mokwetsi. Eric Masisi was so corrupt. I'm shocked that he's not indicted and in jail yet. Masisi was such a corrupt ass, and that's why the BDP lost for the first time in their history, because almost entirely attributable to his stupidity. Yep, almost entirely attributable to his stupidity. Yep. President Botswana interview on CNN a month ago, and they are in big trouble. Yep, there you go. See, Dirk? See, that's what I said. They're in big trouble. I follow Botswana. Game Botswana. So, yep. Anyway. So, yeah, I do follow it. Trolls have Saturday mornings. They're still sleeping. Do I get nervous when I travel to South Africa? Why would I get nervous when I travel to South Africa? I've served multiple times in combat. I've had terrorists try to kidnap me and try to murder me on multiple occasions in countries around the world. Why would I get nervous in South Africa? I've done nothing to anybody to cause any problems, so why would I get nervous? Boy with autism, okay. Hey, Jeremy, how's it going in Indonesia, man? No, I don't get nervous. I mean, I was in Mitchell's Plains when they were trying to kill Coca-Cola delivery truck drivers 2 blocks away. During the, hey, Willy Wonka, thank you for your subscription. No, I was there during the taxi strike. Yeah, my vitamins. I don't think I took my vitamins today. That's the thing. But I can't take too much rest, man. I got rugby in the morning. Let's take a look at my Flow Rugby schedule for the morning. Is it 8 o'clock, I think? 8 o'clock. I got to do rugby. So I'll be able to sleep in until about 7 and get up. But I got a lot of work to do. It's unrelated to this stuff here. So anyway. Since the pipe bomber was arrested, now they need to arrest the murderer of Ashley Babbitt. Well, he's not going to be arrested. He's shielded, protected. Oh, yeah, Sean. Arctic paid that money 2 weeks ago. Arctic sent me that money 2 weeks ago. It's already deposited in my account. It's already where it needs to go. Yep, he paid that 2 weeks ago. Yep, and so he bet me I couldn't drink one of these for a month, and I said, does that include the Frappuccinos I buy at the store? He said, yes, it includes Frappuccinos. So I was tempted to get a mocha milkshake or mocha coffee drink from McDonald's, but I considered that to be cheating, so I didn't do it. So I have not opened one of these in a month. But I did go today to get some petrol at the discount club. And when I was at the discount club, I went inside to look for books, but didn't have any nice new books out. So I did get this. I haven't where's that? So I got this tonight. So I don't know if you can see it very well. See that? That is 6 cases of Frappuccinos tonight at 15 bottles. 90 bottles of Frappuccino. So those 90 bottles of Frappuccino, the reason I bought them, guys, is not because the bet's over, because they were on sale. $4.40 off. $4.40 off. That's, yeah. Almost 80, well, over 70, 75 Rand per case sale. Yeah, well, not hoarding. I mean, in normal times, that would last me a little over a month and a half, probably. But it'll last me long this time. I'm interviewing a guppy to burn a jersey. A guppy to burn jersey. That's kind of messed up. So, anyway. Do we need to do a new song tonight? Reader's Digest. No, that's all right. Hyenas in my neighborhood, says Michael Marks. Really? You got hyenas in your neighborhood? There were kudu walking the streets of Pretoria during lockdown. Remember that? That was something else. 90 bottles of Frappuccino on the wall. I was going to buy one case and put it downstairs, but then they were on sale. They don't go on sale that often. $4.40 off of a case. That takes them from $21.99 down to $17 something. You just can't beat that. Can't beat that. That's the cheapest you're going to see them normally. So that's a good deal. That is a good deal. So Giselle has a new song out. We played it last night, and I promptly got a copyright claim, so I deleted it. Liter petrol in South Africa is now 50% more expensive than a liter in the U.S. That's yeah, Dirk, you're right about that. In fact, I was talking to Fonz, and he said the gasoline, a gallon of gasoline in Denver is $1.89. Now, it's not that cheap here. It's $2.89. So it's $1 more here, but part of the problem is Pennsylvania has the highest gasoline tax in the country. Also, this is not a major oil producing state. We produce oil, but it's not for petrol. It's for making motor oil, and it's a small amount, relatively speaking. This is where oil was first extracted commercially. Titusville, Pennsylvania, the first commercial oil well ever drilled in the 19th century. But yeah, so our petroleum in the state goes for lubricants, but because it's good quality for that. So Denver is actually in an area where there are refineries and oil resources nearby in New Mexico and also in Colorado and North Dakota, not too far away. So it's a lot cheaper out there. Plus their taxes on a gallon of gasoline are a lot lower. So $1.89. Please play the Dawn Bass song. I haven't got a Dawn Bass song. What are you talking about? Pennzoil. Exactly. Pennzoil. Pennsylvania oil. Yep. So it's a lot cheaper now because South Africa keeps tacking taxes on and putting it in the corrupt road accident fund where they're in trouble and they're financially insolvent and they've given themselves $6.1 million in bonuses. It's insane. Insane. Sugar content of what? What are you talking about? Talking about this? How much sugar is in this? Oh God, my arm really hurts. Something wrong with it. Oh, got my fingers on it now. It's dirty. Still getting used to wearing reading glasses. I have a Dawn Bass song? I don't think so. You talking about the MK guys want to come home? So this has, damn, that's small. Saturated fat, cholesterol, 15 milligrams, sodium, carbohydrates, total sugars, 32 grams. Protein. So it's 281 milliliters. 32 grams of sugar. Yeah, that's not a Dawn Bass song. That's the guys who want to come home. Suno. Okay, let me see. Don't remember which one it was. I have to look and see. I don't know which one it was. Oh, Desperate in the Donbass. That's the one. That's why you're saying Donbass. No, stuff in the cash.
The sugar cane was wilting in the heat of Natal. I was looking for a paycheck, looking for a pal. Then the daughter of the president, she came into town with a smile like a diamond and a promise meant to drown. She said, boys, I got a job for you, security and guard. She's training up in Russia and the work ain't all that hard. So I packed my bag in Durban, kissed my mama at the door, thinking I was learning tactics, not heading for a war. Now I'm desperate in the Donbass, shivering in the snow, Lord. I'm 3,000 miles from the only home I know. The sky's gray and angry and the ground is frozen hard. I ain't no paramilitary, ain't no bodyguard. I'm praying to the heavens, let this nightmare end. Lord, get me out of here, back to KZN. We landed in the winter in a place I couldn't name. They handed us a paper, told us sign to play the game. But the letters were all twisted like wire on a fence. I couldn't read a single word, it didn't make no sense. It was Russian on the dotted line, a language made of ice. I signed away my freedom, didn't ask about the price. We thought we'd march and train and drill safe behind the line, but they loaded up the transport trucks and drove us to the mine. Now I'm desperate in the Donbass, shivering in the snow, Lord. I'm 3,000 miles from the only home I know. The sky's gray and angry and the ground is frozen hard. I ain't no paramilitary, ain't no bodyguard. I'm praying to the heavens, let this nightmare end. Lord, get me out of here, back to KZN. Now the bullets whiz past my head like angry hornet bees. I'm digging in the mud and dirt, shaking on my knees. This ain't no security class, this is the killing floor. I've had enough of fighting, I've had enough of war. Don't want no ruble payment, don't want no foreign glory. I just wanna live to tell my children this damn story. About the woman coming off the Indian Sea, and a plate of bunny chow waiting there for me. But the artillery is screaming, tearing up the trees, and I'm sending voice notes home begging, help me please. Tell the lady who recruited us she sold us out for dead, while she sits safe in luxury with roof above her head. Yeah, I'm desperate in the Donbass, shivering in the snow, Lord. I'm 3,000 miles from the only home I know. The sky's gray and angry and the ground is frozen hard. I ain't no paramilitary, ain't no bodyguard. I'm praying to the heavens, let this nightmare end. Please get me out of here, back to KZN. Take me back to KZN. I can't read the contract, just wanna see the sun again. KZN.
All right, well, I got that done just in time. Another person asking me the unanswerable question: why do people do that? Why do they send me questions and say, why am I still here? I don't know why you're still there. I'm not involved in the case management. I mean, I've explained it a million times on this channel, but people still feel compelled to send me messages asking me the things I've already answered. And, you know, why me? Why me? Well, why you? Well, it's you instead of somebody else. Why aren't they progressing my case? What's going on with my investigation? Well, I don't know. I'm not investigating your case. All I can do is tell you that, you know, what could be happening. So, well, anyway, good way to connect safely with friends. Here's the pop on Lily's lives. Well, that's a good question, Rudolph. Oh, Maze, you have no idea. No idea. Thousands of these things. And if you don't answer, people get all pissed off. Well, screw you. Screw you. You're a selfish, self-absorbed person. You're only in it for the money. Money? Good God. I mean, if I was in it for money, I'd be freaking eating dog chow. 6 years in it for the money. I still haven't recovered the $50,000 that I put into this channel. And that's just to break even for money I've actually spent. Doesn't even include my time. My time is valuable. If I put my time, like I told you guys, I already looked at a rough estimate of the amount of time I've devoted in 10 months to this program, the RefG program, based on consulting fees, what I make. We are talking easily over $650,000, approaching $700,000. I mean, that's the kind of money wealthy lawyers make. That's the kind of money I would have made if I had charged people for things like that right there. That right there would have been a $75 for just a minute response, a $75. That's the sort of thing you get. I mean, easily $650,000. It shows 372 is arrived by end of September. Well, we said up to 400. So where did you find it? USA Refugee Processing Center. Okay. So where are you finding this? That's proposed. That's January. No. I'm not finding where you find this at. I found a bunch of stuff. So this is a report that was beginning of the first of the year. Now that's Biden's report. 2024 end of year report. I don't see 2025 end of year report. Arrivals in Excel. Okay. Well, we got the Refugee Council. That's not them. Refugee Committee. Okay. Doesn't take it. It takes a bureau. It's just this is. I don't know where you're getting this at. Where are you find? Is that the link? Okay. Okay, that is not the same website I was looking at. Okay. 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 Arrive. Oh, by state. It tells you where they went to state. Okay. That's by month. Fiscal year. That doesn't make any sense. This report doesn't make any sense. Okay, hang on a second. This doesn't make any sense. Where the hell did this thing go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, you found the spreadsheet. Okay, I was looking at a PDF, which was incomplete data. All right, now it won't open my Excel. Why won't that open up Excel? What the hell? Well, there it is. It didn't open, it just downloaded. That's just stupid. Why is it doing that? All right, okay. Oh, come on. I just saw it. Where'd it go? Ugh. There it is. Too many crickets. Got it. Okay. Enable editing. Okay, so it's got the arrivals historically. It doesn't tell us. It says 12,000 from... here. Oh, here we go. 2025. Okay, let me blow this up so we can see the screen better. View. It's so tiny. Zoom. 150, 156. Okay, here we go. Now I can do this. All right, thank you. So here you go. As of November 30th, okay, so this is the total missions submitted to the U.S. Congo had 5,600, Eritrea 1,000, South Africa 342. 68 came in May. Okay, that included the first 59 and 9 others. 4 came in June. 21 came in July. 58 came in August. And 191 in September. That number is going to grow exponentially here. So you can see that there were 12,000 for the year. Then in October last year, we took in, from Africa, we took in, hang on, 2,700, then 1,900, then 3,900, then 3,200, then 0, 7, 3, 6, 7, 3, March and April. Where did this 7 and 3 come from? So in March and April, after they lied and said that Trump wasn't letting refugees in, so there's proof. I said that other people were coming in, not many. There were in March 6 people from Eritrea that came. 1 came in April. 1 came from Ethiopia in March. 2 in April came from Ethiopia. So those are people who came when they lied. So 10 total came. Then 68, they're all from South Africa. And Rwanda had 14 that came in July. 18 came from the Congo. See, I told you that they were lying. I've said all along these people are lying about the refugee program. It's not many numbers, but they said no one else is coming. So once again, CNN and all the fake news, there's the statistics, there's the facts. The numbers are down, but when they said only white Afrikaners are coming, they're liars. They're liars, they're liars, they're liars, they're liars. Thank you for that, Dirk Kutsia. And thank you, Mad Max, for the link. Yeah, I got it, the November report. Loretta says one of the people sent me silly questions. It's fine, Loretta. I answer as many as I can, but I have a real problem. People get bent out of shape when I don't give them the answer they want, or I don't answer the questions. There's just too many. I get to as many as I can. Concrete numbers and argue with idiots. Exactly. There's the proof right there. The proof right there. Thank you, Colonel, for responding to my email. See, there you go. Oh yes, Rhonda. Okay. Yeah, no, Rhonda, okay, so, Rhonda, do not take offense, okay? I'm going to explain. Rhonda, can I explain? I'm not going to tell what your email said, or can I explain? I'm not going to reveal anything, okay? I'm just going to give generalities. Can I explain it? Because what I'm going to say is, for me, your questions were silly, okay? But for you, they weren't silly. That's why I treated you with respect. Hang on. So, Rhonda sent a message to someone in a group, a WhatsApp group, saying, I sent the colonel okay, Rhonda, don't get offended, okay? Don't get offended. I'm overacting here, okay? I sent the colonel an email, but he hasn't responded. I know he gets hundreds of emails, but he hasn't responded. So I'm thinking when this gets forwarded to me by somebody that has my contact, that I must have overlooked something that's been sitting there for a while and it's been stewing. So I went and searched for your email by your name, and I found it. And lo and behold, you'd sent it to me less than 24 hours prior. So, okay, it must have been urgent, except it wasn't urgent, okay? Are you with me, Rhonda? It wasn't urgent. But nonetheless, I had open, so I took my time to answer your question, okay? Her question was the following, and so this is instructive for people to listen to, okay? I've said this many, 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 many times on this program, but let me explain it because people come and go. Not everybody gets this, and not everybody's going to be up at this hour to hear this. And I can't keep doing individual videos about this. I've done so many of them. So, in Rhonda's case, she did her application to come over. They asked if she has any relatives in the States. She said, yes, my sister lives somewhere. I live somewhere. And she lives somewhere. So what I've told you all is that if you tell them you know someone in the States, it's family, they're going to contact those people. Number one, to see if they're really there. Number one. Number two, to make sure they're legally there. We're getting illegals out. That's 2 reasons. So if you got a friend, you got a family members here illegally, you shouldn't drop dimes on them, but you shouldn't lie. So that's right. Then the third, they're going to ask them, are you able to host and sponsor your siblings or your cousins or whoever it is? If they say yes, then will you just save the U.S. government a lot of time and money? They're going to be able to fly you to your destination, say it's Delaware. We'll just pick Delaware. They fly Rhonda to Delaware, where her sister's living in Delaware, in Wilmington, and they hang out there, or Dover. They go there. and they live in their house for the short term, they'll still have refugee assistance officer who helps them, gives them refugee cash assistance and other things, and gets them set up and helps them get all things done, because the sister's not going to know all this stuff. But the government will save money paying for rent. The government will save money giving grant money to refugee agencies to take care of that for a few months, or for utilities and all that. So that's why they do it. Now, if the refugee assistant agent in the organization doesn't have the resources to help, then they have to revert the case back to USCIS, because they said we don't have the resources. So in Rhonda's case, they contacted her sister, and her sister said, well, I don't have space for them. There's nowhere I can't sponsor them. In other words, I can't take care of them, which is not unreasonable. You know, I mean, I've told people that if you got a child over here, it's an adult child working, and the parents come over, maybe they don't want to live with the parent. They don't want the parents living with them, you know? That's why they escaped South Africa, part of the reason. But in Rhonda's case, so the sister can't accommodate. So the agent either told Rhonda or implied that, well, then I guess what? We don't have any money. And so if your sister can't take care of you, you're screwed. You're going to have to wait. That's not how it works. The refugee assistance officer who helps you get settled in America has no say over whether you come or don't come, when you come or when you don't come. That is decided by USCIS. And if they can't get you over here, if they haven't taken action on your case, then USCIS has a beef with them. And then they can lose their contract for failure to perform. So in this case, so Rhonda, I thought it was important to tell that story, okay? I altered details, so you guys don't have to attribute any of that to Rhonda. I didn't give all the details, but I gave the gist of what's going on here. A refugee assistance center in the States told her that because her sister couldn't host them as a sponsor, well, you're going to have to get in the back of the queue. That is bullshit. 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 I said bullshit. Do you know that boys have penises and girls have vaginas? Did you know that? Did you know that? Apparently some people don't know that. Boys have penises and girls have vaginas. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true, folks. Honestly. Court says, not guilty. Boys have penises, girls have vaginas. Yep, true story, folks. I'm not making it up. You may not have heard this story before, but it's true. Rhonda, yeah, okay. So you didn't take offense, Rhonda. None was implied. Some people get overly sensitive. Their feelings get hurt. They throw their toys out of the pram. Oh, he's picking up. He's mean. Not doing it. So, Rhonda, I responded to you in a respectful manner. Can you confirm that in the email? I mean, my email was respectful to you. I wasn't snarky. I responded. But let me tell you, when I got the message that you needed to be seen, I got the impression of been sitting. That was a very quick turnaround, and you were freaking out, okay? I understand. I empathize with your position because you just don't know you're left hanging, and they also told you something. All right, so I get where you're coming from. And so that's why I took the time late last night to read your email, to respond. And but some people get bent out of shape. Oh, you're blowing me off. You're just worried about money. Money, again, this money thing. Why do people always go back to that? I have given so much of myself, so many hours of my life that I will never recover. Do you know why? Out of a love for humanity. That's right. Not for being famous. I mean, you know, I haven't got 1 million viewers, you know. People just need to realize they shouldn't misread emotions into a text-based conversation. Yes, Dirk, that's a good point too. Also, I think they might have spoken on the phone. Also, understand that the people that make the decisions on whether you come or you don't come, the people that make decisions on when you come or when you don't come are not Kenyans. They're not Amerikaners. They're not refugee assistance officers. It is USCIS. They are the authority. They are the authority. So if you have a problem, it's with them. Now, the Kenyans can screw up your travel dates. They can not process your case fast enough. They can put it in a stack and it gets forgotten about. All that's possible. But USCIS has an obligation to go, hey, those 50 cases I gave you 2 weeks ago, where the hell are they? And if they're not doing that, then that's their failure. But if they're not doing, it might be understandable because there are so many cases. Not an excuse, but understandable. All right. Thank you, Rhonda, for being here. And thank you for your honesty and also for not taking offense. Alan is back. Okay. What was your comment, Xavier? Well, Phoenix, people are way oversensitive. I mean, the crap that I listen to, people send me. I mean, first off, you know, I could ignore all of these messages and people would watch my channel. I guarantee it. So obviously, I'm not gaining anything by spending time answering personally, other than the good feeling I get from helping people. My daughter, hubby, and granddaughter would be applying separately. Now not going, and I'm so very sad. They think they're going to be just fine. I'm devastated, but will act on my principles. Why wouldn't there be a backing after the government shutdown? A backlog. Who said there wasn't a backlog, Holden? Who said that? Are you just, is that a rhetorical question? Comment too long to type here. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, they lied. They lied. East Asia, we had a total of 3,600 come in. We had, from Europe, we had 816. So they're all from these, one from Norway, shockingly. Latvia had 3, but Armenia, Belarus, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Ukraine. Yep. So, and then from Latin America, we had 8,000, 4,500 from Venezuela, 1,100 from Guatemala. Yep. From Near East, South Asia, 12,900. Yemen, 303. Syria, 4,500. For 38,102. Yep. Yep. Crazy, huh? And by the way, when the South Africans came in, they weren't the only ones came in. Latin American had 1, and Afghanistan had 1 refugee come in September. Yep. So, yep. There you go. I have to do a video on that tonight. So let me save this as my own file. File, save as. So I can mark this up. Okay. Okay. Okay, I want to highlight South Africa. Okay, home, yellow, there we go. Put that in bold too so it jumps out. Okay, got it. Cool, all right. Yeah, so also highlight that. Trying to get these other ones here, so got it. Cool. So now I've accounted for all of them. So people came over, but June was slow. You got the first. That's why I said proof of concept 68, and then the numbers start climbing. 4, 21, 58, 191. Now we're getting 70 a day. These witnesses and the commissions need to be in front queue for getting the U.S. Yeah, that's why I said for fundamental. I don't understand why I stayed in the country. That was 3 years ago this happened. I would have made a plan to get out of the country long before this commission would convene. Yep. 2 states. In fact, quite frankly, if I had witnesses of the commission, I would be the South African government, if they were serious, working with a friendly government like America. Well, they're not a friendly government, but I'd work in a country like that to fly them abroad and set them up for witness protection in another country where they can't be reached, and then let them, call in for the testimony. Yep. But they don't give a crap about these witnesses. They don't care if they get executed because it covers up the crimes. Yes, the people complaining about letting whites in as refugees are racist. They hate white people. We let 300,000 Ukrainians fly in here in 3 years. They don't complain about the Hmong from Laos and Vietnam. That's correct. Yep, you're right. Yep. Oh, you're in Vermont, faithful farmer. I didn't realize that. Okay. Vermont's a nice place. I've been to the Vermont teddy bear factory. Did you know that? Been there. Is it Shelburne? I think that's where it's at. I've been there before. Yep. Been to the Vermont teddy bear factory. I used to be a shareholder in Vermont teddy bear company, and then it was bought out. They got my shares, so I used to be a shareholder. Yeah, Vermont teddy bear. Those who know me know that I like stuffed animals. So I used to have shares in Vermont teddy bear. Now, I don't like Ben & Jerry's. That's from Vermont. Don't like it. Yep. I did like the history of the Green Mountain Boys. Vermont, interesting state. Of course, Vermont was the setting for the Newhart show. Yes, cover the crimes of vast nations. Yep. Absolutely. Now, I've got to shrink this, I think. So, view, shrink this down, zoom. Okay. You go lower than 100%. That's not enough. Okay, that's going to get it for me. Okay, I can do it like that. Okay, let me see what I do. If I do a print screen now. Okay. And now I need to go to PowerPoint and see if I can do this here. Otherwise I have to print it. And okay, PowerPoint. Let's do this here. 102 slides in this deck. What was that? Somebody just did something. Sinet Khos just subscribed. Thank you for that, Sinet. Probably not here. Probably watching one of the videos. New slide. Let's see if I can paste that screen caption if it doesn't get too distorted. Okay, I got it. Wow. Okay, now let me see what I can do with that. Crop it. Okay. There we go. All right, I'm going to crop this. Okay. Okay. Crop. Okay. Now, let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, I need to crop it some more. Okay. Okay, crop. This is going to be good for the video I do after this. Okay, crop. Got it? Okay, except I made a mistake. I need to highlight the South Africans coming in. Okay. Home. What did I have? Yellow there. Yellow. Okay. Okay, got it. Now I need to do it again. Okay, print screen. Print screen. Got it. Okay, so now I can bring it over here. Control V. Oh, that's not what I want. Whoa. Why is that not coming over here? Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, I didn't put it in the right application. Paste. There we go. Okay. You gotta be careful with this Windows sometimes. It can be a little tricky. Okay, there we go. Crop. Okay, let's crop again. So I'm going to use this to make a video. Thank you guys for pointing these figures out. I didn't know they were out. So I'm really grateful for that. Okay. Crop it. Now I can do that one. Okay, now I've got what I want. The numbers are highlighted in the correct fashion. Now let's see how much of the page I can come up with here being used. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, not quite the page. So let me put this in the center. Adjust. Let me see. Align. Center. Okay, there we go. All right. So, okay, got it now. All right. So, whoops, that's not what I want. I don't want autosave. Got it. Okay. All right, cool. Sorry about that, folks. How we doing? Well, we lost a lot of people. Yeah, South Africans do suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. 100%. I don't disagree with that. I've said it many times. Said it many, many times. Okay, where is my darn stream at? There it is. So, 251 people currently here, folks. Wow. So we were talking earlier about Mkwanazi, the Madlanga Commission, and what happened to Marius Flum Fundameva, who was executed Friday evening at about 8 p.m. in Brakpan. These guys in a bucky came up and shot him, and his wife and daughters were in the vehicle. They were unharmed, thankfully. The hip hasn't bothered me much, although it slips now and then. Twice today I was in the store, the discount club, getting some Frappuccino, which I haven't cracked open yet. Where's Arctic at? Buying cases of Frappuccino, also getting a couple pullovers. Bought some pullovers had on sale. Not this one, 2 new ones. And then I went out and got petrol because I was on fumes. When I pulled up just like a kilometer and a half from the discount club, my low petrol light came on. Ding! Yeah, so I had to get full. So that was like $40. But yeah, so I was there earlier, and I was walking through the store, and I was just walking, and my right leg just gave out for a second. It wasn't painful, it just gave out because the hip just locked up for a second. So it needs to be taken care of. But the anti-inflammatories seem to be helping a lot, but my activity level is much reduced, and that might be helping too. Yep, that might be helping too. 244 people currently here, folks. Yep, thank you for asking, Loretta. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so I've got that now. Now I can do something with that, and I will. Yep. So I need to copy this, copy, and I need to create a new slide, and paste it there. I'm gonna do a couple things with this. Edit, paste, paste, paste. All right. So what I want to do now is crop this. Crop, picture format, crop. Okay, I just want the South Africans. So I'm going to move down here. Okay, there we go. Crop. All right, now I can move this to make it bigger. There we go. Okay. Actually need to crop the other side because it's not quite tight enough. There we go. Arrange, align, align middle. There we go. All right, cool. And then I'm going to also show where they lied about refugees coming out of other countries. Okay, copy. Paste it over here. You guys are working with me here. So, I mean, the Madlanga thing is crazy, folks. It's absolutely crazy. Another witness executed, murdered. Babita de Quran, the list goes on. These people's lives are really in jeopardy, and the callous disregard for their safety by the South African government is shocking, to say the very least. Shocking, to say the very least. But that's South Africa. That's what's going on. So, hang on a second here. Line center. Oh, here we go. Okay, cool. Now I've got it. Yep. Anyway, so Witness D called me on Wednesday requesting an interview on ENCA. He said he was happy to reveal his identity, saying he was probably going to get shot over coming to. Are you serious, Mad Max? Why did he call you about ENCA? Why did he call you about ENCA? Yeah, the next report will be staggering. Yep, the October numbers are going to be big, even though it didn't start. Or November numbers are going to be big. Excuse me, November numbers are going to be big. Yep. December won't be big, but November will be big. January may not be big, so who knows? But November is going to have big numbers. Max has got something else here. What's this? Yusuf Abrangi? Yeah, okay. Witness D was gunned down outside his home. Yep. When did Abrangi? So, Witness D, oh, not you, it's Yusuf Abrangi, I was going to say. He was gunned down. Witness D testified at the commission in November. He claimed that Julius Mkhwanazi, deputy EPMD chief, ordered him to dump the body. Witness D called me Wednesday requesting an interview on ENCA. He said he was happy to reveal his identity, saying he was probably going to be shot over the coming days. He called me shortly after his post on X, confirmed that he was the one that closed the holes being used by the Zamazamas. Wow. And here's a picture of the body of the person that was dug up. Private security company closed an illegal mine shaft used by Zamazamas in Benoni near the racetrack. Reports coming in say several Zamazamas apparently trapped. One body's been brought to the surface. Well, apparently it wasn't Zamazamas. It was a person that was murdered. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, he probably should have come out to the public sooner. That might have saved his life. Yep. Yep. No, Mad Max doesn't keep witnesses safe, Maze. That's a mistake. He was simply typing. He should have put quotes around that. That's what Yusuf Abrangi said. Yusuf Abrangi has contact with ENCA. That's why I asked Mad Max. It wasn't Mad Max. It was Yusuf Abrangi. Yeah. Oh gosh, I just got a sharp pain in my front thigh, my right thigh, right above the knee. Just started sharp pain there. Holiday cloud gathered. That's true, Nick. That's 60 cents. That's close. Monthly taxes. And speaking of which, I got to start my taxes. I've got to start putting all my expenses together. That reminds me. So, Mad Max just put something else up. Well, didn't I already do that in Yusuf Abrangi? Yeah, that's the one I already did. Yep, it's crazy, folks. It's crazy. Yep, unbelievable. No, I'm not at all surprised. Not at all surprised. Yep. Not at all surprised. Nope. Oh, come on. We're going to start this crap again. Oh, here we go. My computer's acting up. Maybe I'm just going too fast. Remember Captain Van Tutoy? Yeah, was murdered on a Sunday. That witness approached the captain. Witness he approached after it was doing nothing related to the case. Are you serious? How do you know that, Charlie? Do you know? So that's when the people told me Vena Toy was murdered. I thought my friend there in Uppington, but it wasn't him. 15th April is a long way off, Holden. And besides, I can't file because every year I get 1099s for dividends from my brokerage firms and from my dividend reinvestment plans. And invariably, the brokerages are all screwed up and they have to send me a corrected one. And I'm not going to file my taxes twice. But I also have to sit down and see if I paid. I paid way overpaid. I've got a tax file already started, but I don't know if I way overpaid because I actually made some money off YouTube this year. Not compensation for my time, but actual cash that's going to have taxes paid on it. So I have to look and see if I paid enough. But I paid a lot of money in advance. I mean, one time I put in a lot of money. So this does not actually have a silver line. Now the world will hear it, and Colonel, your vid is the level of awareness we require. Yep. Incomprehensible humans do not value lives. No, they don't. It's not about diversity, Buster. It's about criminal activity. Criminals are white too. Look at the guy with Mark. What's his name? The guy down there in Hermanus, the gangster that was killed in Hermanus in broad daylight. Remember that? Yep. Yep. No. It'd be nice if it was considered tips, but it's not reported as tips. It's reported as consulting income. Yeah, the equivalent consulting. You get a 1099 NEC or something like that. Yep. Yeah, it'd be nice because tips are not taxable now. That would be nice. That would save me a lot of money. Because the government makes a ton of money off me doing this. They do better than I do. In the end, if it's ad revenue, they get more than I do. And all the government together gets more than I do for sure. Witness is not the best. Remember I said the other day in Colonel's chat, when the Shlanga thing came out, I said, watch. Yeah, exactly. People start disappearing. You watch Witness D giving his tests as evidence. Wow. Wow. Okay. So do you think the murder of Captain Dutoy was tied into this? Well, I think that was, that's interesting. That's interesting. Now I have no evidence of that, so I don't know who you are, Charlie, and don't expose who you are. But Vena Toy was murdered in Flanagan, wasn't it? Or was it in Vanderbilt Park? I think it was in Flanagan. And he was made a mistake, reported crimes, higher ups, and nearly lost my life. Yep. Yeah, smart for you for disappearing. I'm sure Francis isn't really your name. People always forget about real names. I guarantee it's not your real name. Yeah, sent you a song. Subject is funny to ask you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So witnessed him doing it. Wow. Wow. Diversity increases criminality by massive percentage. Surely we know that. Taxes here in Vermont are outrageous. Property tax went up 40% since COVID, and plan to increase it another 12%. Family might have to sell the house. It is hard to keep up. Yeah. Faithful farmer. My taxes here have gone up 100% since I moved in the house. 100%. And here's the criminal activity. In other states, I don't know Vermont, but in Ohio, you can't raise property taxes. You can't raise school levies unless the voters approve it in a poll in an election. So the voters have to agree to approve it. So many millage points go up. Here, they're just allowed to increase it willy-nilly. The school district can raise your property taxes every year by a set percentage, I think it's like 3%, 2.9%, without you having any say. It's insane. And therefore, mine has doubled in 10 years. It's crazy. Wow. Hey, Jennifer, what's up? Yeah, no, there's so many crooked police at the higher levels, it's insane. But that's because, look who they promoted. They promoted Tutsi. They promoted criminals who had no business serving and just saw it as a chance for them to eat. And life is cheap. It's so sad to see. So sad to see. Okay. Nick Groves, another 60 cents. Thank you. Zay Martinez, I missed you joining. Sorry about that. Thank you for membership. Yeah, it's pretty scary. All right, well, Charlie went quiet there. Thank you for sharing, Charlie. But you went quiet on me. Natasha, what's going on? People are coming in this morning, folks. We're up to 275. You're not going to let me go to bed, are you? I got rugby, but that's not till 8 o'clock, so I've got another 7 hours and 37 minutes. So 2 or 3 hours sleep, I'll be fine. We left SAPS years ago. Will there be justice after the commission's end? No. No. There's no justice in the arms scandal. There's no justice in the Vereda Dairy Farm scandal. There's no justice in the asbestos tender case in the Free State. There's no justice in the corruption in Durban and Dirtbin under Zandile Gumeda. There's no justice in Oilgate, in Travelgate. The list goes on of endless PPE theft. There's no justice. There's no justice in state capture. No one's held to account. Zuma's still walking around. Yep, there's no one being held to account. Hello, Barton. What's going on? Oh, Charlie, what did I ask? No, so I think you confirmed it, actually, Charlie. Maybe I forgot my question, but you said that you witnessed Captain Dutoit taking Witness D's evidence, giving a statement. That's incredible. That's insane. It seems like a number of people who are on this program knew Witness D. Marius Fundameva. Third super chat. Thank you for that, Nick Rose. Yes, Brian Cole will be held to account, that's for sure. Yeah, only one case happened after Zondo. That says it all. Exactly, when there are hundreds of ANC officials and they all still serve in government. It's insane. Yeah, I didn't see his testimony. Yep. And I think that's right. If he'd come public, maybe, if he'd come public, would he still be alive? Now watch what'll happen. They'll probably there's probably higher ups will try to hide it and say that, well, no, it was a robbery gone bad, but this is clearly an assassination. Yes, Buster, you'll be telling me 20 years from now. In what country are at least 2/3 of the parliament and ministers have criminal and corruption charges? Well, in what country do members of parliament stand up and say, we don't need farmers, we buy our food in supermarkets? I mean, really? In what country do people say that, no, we're not stealing land, but they pass a law to steal land? No, we're giving them compensation. What is it? Nil. But that's compensation. In what kind of country? That's cloud cuckoo land. This is just nonsense. I mean, George Orwell wrote his books apparently about South Africa, Animal Farm and 1984. Apparently were a treatise on South Africa in the 21st century. Well, Turks Savvy, if you have a PayPal account, you can send me something in PayPal. That's a way to do it. Where's my PayPal? I'll put that up for people who want to send PayPal. I haven't got my PayPal. Well, let me look it up. There it is, PayPal. So there's the PayPal address. If you want to send me something, PayPal. I get most of that money. PayPal only takes a couple % as opposed to YouTube. So if you want to send me something, I haven't been to PayPal in a while. So let me go check in my account. PayPal. Okay. And Leslie says 35. Well, I won't be getting any rest because now I got to make at least 2 videos tonight. When I'm done, I got to make this video about that case. And what was the other video I need to do? Damn it! Oh, about the refugee thing. I got 2 videos to make before I go to bed. I have to record them, edit them, then upload them and make some graphics for them, and then I can go to bed if I don't answer an email. I don't think I'll have time to answer email tonight because I do need some sleep. Okay. Good Lord, my refrigerator finally stopped making noise. I think it's so noisy. Go to my PayPal. Let's see if anybody's sent money. Yeah, on the 4th of December. Wow, I got one. I got $30 on the 4th of December. Happy holidays. Sending hugs from South Africa. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I won't reveal your true name. It's Dardy. Thank you so much for that. $30. That's awesome. I got it all. So Dardy must have a U.S. account. Cool. Cool. Because there was nothing taken out. If you have a U.S. dollar account, they don't take anything out if you send me money. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Pretty cool. I really appreciate that. Got a big one here from a South African on November 2nd. Yep. So November was the biggest month I ever had in my PayPal account. Also, I've got points back from PayPal Rewards, which was merged with another site that I used to have points from. Got a little bit of cash sitting in that. So, yeah. Anyway, wow. So cool. What is this? Vana de Villers. Vania die Stiltebrick. Steve Hofmeyer. Die Mann, Sonder und Maske. Huh. So why am I getting some named Vena de Villas? Sent to me directly from MailChimp. It's Finland National Day, folks. One of my favorite countries is today, the 6th of December. On behalf of the United States of America and the American people, I congratulate the people of Finland on the 108th anniversary of your independence. Finland is a trusted partner and a model NATO ally. Its leadership within the alliance reinforces global stability, making America and Finland stronger and safer. Over the past year, the United States and Finland have deepened cooperation in defense, trade, and emerging technologies, advanced shared interests, and delivered meaningful benefits to our citizens. We look forward to further enhancing NATO's collective defense with the rollout of Finland's U.S.-made F-35 fighter jets and the icebreaker agreement signed by President Trump and President Stubb. Together, the United States and Finland are driving innovation in advanced communication networks, cybersecurity, and other emerging technologies, strengthening our industries, enhancing our global competitiveness, and creating opportunities for shared economic growth. As you commemorate this milestone, I send warm regards to all Finns for a successful year ahead. The United States stands with Finland as a friend, ally, partner in advancing peace, prosperity, and security. Do you know that during the Second World War, the United Kingdom declared war on Finland? The United Kingdom declared war on Finland. The United States never did. Yep. At least the court ordered, but they never took action. Zuma to pay back. Yeah, but he'll never pay it. Thank you, Darty. Oh, you're here. Thank you so much for the $30. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you've got a U.S. account, send it from that. They won't take out the fee. They do the currency fee, so they charge when they take it. I had to go to another station. Oh, ink pad was dried out. Of course it was. And Nick gave another 14 hint. He's being spiteful. Thank you for that. Yep, went to SAPS to get fingerprints. Need a personal assistant. Personal assistant wouldn't be enough, Jules. Personal assistant would not be enough because my personal assistant can't do all the volunteer stuff I do to help veterans and do all the other things. People I help in the neighborhood, people I help in my township. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to do that. The only thing the personal assistant would be able to do is book things for me. But they would have to have access to my accounts, and I'm not giving my access to my accounts anyway. Turkey Survey, PayPal is a very convenient way for me to deal with things, so I don't use a lot, but yeah, so. No one has your back at SARS. I'll help you take it out if you don't play along. Okay. Oh, and SAPS. You said SARS. Oh, I said SAPS. And you said it twice, Loretta. Rain clouds. You have to rub your hands. I did rub my hands, Jules. All right. 241 people here. So we climbed and all of a sudden it died. 274 and we dropped back to 243. Interesting. They were closed for a week because they haven't paid their water and electricity. God. It just gets worse and worse in South Africa. That's crazy. You're very welcome. Well, I could pay into my PayPal. Yeah, that'd be great. What keeps saying an error? PayPal? No, it shouldn't say an error. If you send that, unless there's something wrong with your account, if you have PayPal, send it to that address. That address is live. In fact, I haven't logged into that email address in a while. Let me do that right now. It's been a long time. I have my password here. So outlook.live.com. Okay. And updating our terms. Okay, I didn't know that. Stay signed in. Yes. Okay. So I get a lot of people actually send me stuff my Outlook account for. Yeah, here FG stuff. Look, this is not the right account. Or a South African American commentator. Good Lord, quit sending me stuff this account. These people send this as December 4th. They search everywhere for email accounts. These are obviously people that don't watch this program. They don't watch this program. It's so frustrating. How do I forward this? Oh my goodness. I got that one. I got this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's just on the first page. 9. I missed that one. 10 emails in here just in the past 2 weeks in this account that I don't even use. This is only used for PayPal. I don't have any other purpose for this account. Wow. This is insane. Forward. Oh my goodness. Very inconsiderate. So I'm going to forward these things to myself. It's insane. I didn't ask for people to send me stuff in this account. Okay. People keep sending me stuff there. Obviously, there are people that don't watch the channel. Someone told them about me or passed something to them. Because if you watch this channel, we do it every night. We send this. And all these people are going to be mad at me. And they're going to hate me and all this bullshit, which is just wrong because you're the one that's wrong by sending stuff to my account that I never asked you to. I never disclosed this account for you to do that. This is just frustrating. But these people will be pissed off at me because I didn't take care of them. First of all, I don't work for the U.S. government. I'm just an analyst, intelligence analyst. And you are sending stuff places you're not supposed to. So it's 4. Here's 5. This is insane. Wow. People tell me, huge fan of my channel. Then why are you sending email to this account that I don't use? You know, that just kills me. Please advise. Please advise. People don't listen. This is very selfish. You know, wasting my time in this email account by sending me this stuff. Here's another one. Okay, I already got that one. So, here's another one. And Turks, what is the VPN blocking your tax filings? No, I'm not filing taxes. They're not due till April. What are you talking about? I don't understand that question. Is that a serious question or is somebody trying to be funny because I don't get it? Maybe I'm just a little slow for this hour. I don't know. Wow. Whoops, that's not right. Okay, forward. Oh my goodness. Request for assistance. Travel delay. So someone sends me an email telling me the case is only being processed at a rate of 1 to 2 today. That's total bullshit. I'm sorry, you've been misinformed. You've been misinformed. Who tells you this? Who tells you this nonsense? And why are you sending email to this? You know, at some point I have to wonder if a lot of these aren't just people trolling to try to, get information or try to make me look like I don't know what I'm talking about this. Here's one asking me about medical. A friend suggested get in contact with you. Unaware there was a second examination. Why are you asking me 9 questions? Obviously wasting my time. You don't even watch my channel. You have at least have the courtesy to watch my channel so that I get something out of this. This is so selfish of people, man. Really is. Really is. Okay, here's another one. I'm just forwarding, right now, folks, I'm just forwarding messages to myself that people sent to me just in the past, in November. Okay? Here's another one. Still in November. And this is an account I don't even use, folks. And the only time it's ever been put out there that anyone know about it, it's not, I don't put on any banners. I don't post it on any site. It's nothing I've ever shared with anybody other than here to send PayPal to. And this is what I get. Here's another one, also in November. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. That's right. I think some people are trying to make me look bad. I wonder sometimes if some of these people try to make me look bad. Refugee support. And everybody wants to send me something. Everybody has secret information. They've got stuff that'll blow the lid off. Thing is that a lot of these people don't really have stuff to blow the lid off. They just think they do. I appreciate that. I'm not guest house. Okay, so let me read this to you here, okay? I'm not going to tell you what it was. I have an acquaintance who applied for the refugee program. Their flights were confirmed, but later canceled due to the government shutdown in October. They contacted the embassy via email explaining why they were desperate, having sold everything go nowhere to go. Embassy responded by placing them in the guest house, assuring them that they could stay there until... That's a lie. The embassy didn't put anybody in the guest house. No, that's a lie. I put people in places. This is nonsense. They could stay there till the delay was resolved, but they were asked not to speak publicly about it. No, that's not true. What troubles me, these individuals are actually well off and had lots of other options, while I read about others in truly desperate situations have nowhere to turn. Seeing the embassy did not extend the same support to those who are in real need. Well, you're telling me a lie, my friend. And he doesn't even sign it. It just says all the best. only to people who made a noise. If verification is required, this would need to be done with the embassy. Okay. Yep. Yep. So, I mean, that's not the first time I've seen that. People tell me nonsense like that. No, that's not true. The embassy doesn't do that. Embassy doesn't do that. We don't have the money for that. What the hell is this? That's just a F. That is just a that one there was just simply a freaking AI generated email trying to pose as a person. All right, so that goes back to October now. We'll just stick with the facts. Thank you very much. Yeah. No, this is insane. And it's still coming here. So, you know what? For all these people writing me emails, you know what you do? You watch my program and stop wasting my time sending me stuff in an account I don't look at and then getting bent out of shape. So I've gone back to October 21st. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 messages I just dealt with. 20 messages. All right, so nobody sent me a PayPal. That's fine. I was just checking. So there you go. Tax is going to be a headache. No, my tax won't be a headache. Yeah, my friend told me I can predict the future because he played and I said he's not going to win the lottery. Tom, that's good. That's good. Hey, Beyond the Mainstream, what's up? Mandy van Rooyen, Amanda De Beer. Hello to you. All right. Well, it's time to end. It's been 2.5 hours, and I got rugby. I was going to end this after an hour, but the crowd really got big, and so I hung around. So let's go ahead and wrap it up here, folks. Maybe you should get a new email. No, Mad Max. Then what's the point of having an email if you don't share it? You know? I do have an email. I have an email on Proton, which I don't share. Yep, I have like 9 emails. All right, let's turn that PayPal off. That's kind of just annoying. All right, it doesn't matter. If you have an email, somebody shares it. You have a phone number, people share it. People have no respect for people's privacy. I never give away a phone number unless I have someone's permission. Yep. All right, guys. Well, I'm not getting rested. I got to make 2 videos. Be sure to hit the like button. We only got 342 likes, but we got close to 3,000 views. The audience was building, but I do need to go look for my video about the execution of Marius Fundamava. That's up already. Please drive that thing up. Let's see how it's doing. And then get ready for the next 2 videos, which I'm going to drop in the next hour or so. So this video now has, that was earlier. Let's see where it's at now. It's at 9,900. It's taken off. It's had 6,000 views this hour. Yeah, and 25 subscribers. So I'm going to do a couple more videos. All the trolls send the Colonel Super Chats. Gives him taxes to file. The bigger amount, the more taxes. Yeah, I like that approach. That's pretty good. Clouds are gathering. Thank you, Dalit, and thank you all for your support. Be sure to hit that like button before we go. 349, get close to that 500. I need to make 2 videos, and then I need to go to bed and get ready for the... I haven't even printed out the Lions lineup, and I got to do the Bulls too. All right, guys, thanks. You have a good one. Appreciate it, and really am grateful for the OGs and for all the folks who found us along the way. All right, have a good night or good morning for those in South Africa, those in Europe. And anyway, so I didn't get to drink my Starbucks again because Arctic wasn't here. Anyway, see? Syntax, yeah. Well, no, I'm saying syntax as in grammar syntax, not as in syntax. All right, guys, take care. Thanks. Cheers. God bless.